Yeah. Welcome in. Welcome back to another episode of the Format Podcast Live, Sunday morning edition. Yes. I hope everybody's having a good weekend so far. Transformer, what's good, my man?
Man, not a dang thing. You know what I mean? Sunday morning, I'm alive. Thank God. Praise be to Allah.
Alhamdulillah. Absolutely.
Yes, sir. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing all right, man, but I'm not looking forward to this first main topic, but I guess we're going to have to do it. So, I'm not too happy about that one, but it is what it is. I know you've been waiting to enjoy that. So, my partner.
No. So, I'm not going to say waiting to enjoy that.
For real?
That's a bit of a misconception right there.
Oh, it is? Oh, okay. I guess we'll see. We'll see once we get there and you start. You can't hold back the laughter as you're going through the topic.
What?
But, that's okay.
I'm going to do the whole thing with a straight face.
You lying like LeBron now.
Nope. I'm just putting out fabricated stories like Jordan.
You know better, but we'll get to that. So we'll probably just chill for a couple minutes, wait for some people to get in the chat. But until we do that, y'all know what time it is. If you're watching here on YouTube, make sure you go ahead, click that subscribe, that like, that notification bell. Make sure you're kept aware anytime we drop new content on the channel. If you want the audio-only version of the podcast, open up your audio podcast platform, hit the search bar, type in The Format Podcast, and we should come right up. If you enjoy the content as you listen, make sure you give us a like, a 5-star review, and drop a comment. All that stuff helps us rise in the algorithm, helps us find more sports fans, helps more sports fans find us. And write it down, put it in your phones, make a note of it. The Format Podcast is live Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern. And finally, if you're really and truly enjoying the podcast and you want to help the show continue to grow, make sure you go ahead, click that join button, join the channel. We're going to have some exclusive content just for you. Yes.
You.
For you. Mark with glasses. Good morning, bro. Good to see you. How you doing, man? Have you recovered yet? I have and I haven't, but we could talk about that another time, man. That's my guy, Mark with glasses, man. He's got a really entertaining Twitter page, definitely. So beautiful day here in Florida. I just went outside to get something out of the car. Feels a lot warmer than it has for a while. So
man,
I think they said the cold weather has moved on, at least for now. So we'll find out.
Please take it away. Take it away, man.
What is this? Give me snow, man. Come on, man.
Global warming my ass.
Okay, know, right?
This is boy. I don't feel like I've been in Florida for like 2 weeks. I feel like I've been like somewhere in Georgia or freaking the Carolinas or something. Yeah. It just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, it's been a little weird how chilly it's been. We actually got some legitimate cold weather down here. Well, I know for some of y'all up north, you wouldn't say that, but it's been freezing the last couple of days, literally freezing. So, but yeah, we missed out on the snow. Some parts of Florida got snow. I'm sure y'all saw that on the news. Where we are, we didn't get it, but but yeah, you ready to rock and roll with these crickets, my man?
Are we ready to rock and roll, man? Somebody put on some Kiss.
Man, I haven't heard them in a very long time. I guess that's an acquired taste, though. They were big in the 80s.
Man, it's all about knowing the classics, man.
Yeah, a little diversity. Okay, Transformer. I like it.
Hey, boy, I'll play some Kiss on you real quick now.
I bet you throw that on when you're under the bench, don't you?
I actually do. Yeah, you're not wrong. I will not sit here and lie to you. All right. If I played Detroit Rock City, then y'all got a problem. We about to lift something heavy, okay?
I got you. I can see it. That's what's up, man. All right, so let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. We're gonna start off with a couple of quick hits. They may last we'll see. But so first quick hit. You want to start off with a Transformer or should I?
Okay, all right. So apparently there's a little bit of conversation, which I don't understand. Bruce understands it a little bit better than I do.
A little bit.
But For the All-Star weekend, there has been a request for a sir by the name of LeBron Ramon James Sr.
Senior,
who wants his son, who want
the league.
The league wants him and his son, Bronny James, aka LeBron Ramon James Jr., to participate in the skills challenge.
Right. Because we know good and damn well the dunk contest ain't happening. I mean, but it's year 22, so I wouldn't expect that anyway. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Skills challenge.
Why are you emphasizing skills that way, Transformer? What's going on?
Because are we really gonna make a guy who's never been known for his skill or skills to be in the skills challenge? Typically, you see a skills challenge with like premier point guards or shooting guards or folks like with finesse moves.
Well, I don't know, because this is the most skilled era we've ever seen. That's what they said, right?
And they picked
fairness, didn't we see Wemby in it last year or something? Was he in it?
Was Wemby in it last year?
7-foot guys in the skills competition before.
That sounds like a lazy lack of product. Okay, anyway, but this is what I mean by the NBA needs to do better, right?
Yes.
The NBA needs to do better when it comes to what they put out there as far as a product for us to see.
I agree.
Even as a Laker / LeBron fan,
yes,
I don't want to see no LeBron skills challenge. Skills challenge. What? And then we're gonna pull somebody from the he plays in the G League, even though he's a two-way player and he has a contract with the Lakers. Is he on the NBA floor regular season showing his skills? No.
Well, okay, can I interrupt you on that? In fairness, Mac McClung competed in the dunk contest twice. He's a G League guy, right?
That's the only savior that they got, but he played in the NBA. He actually played NBA games. Played for the Lakers, played for the Warriors, maybe a couple of other teams. But so he's actually played in the league, right? Meaningful minutes. I would say meaningful minutes in the league. And he was by far the best dunker that the NBA at the NBA scene at that time. So, okay, I get that, but has Bronny showed me that has the best skill in the NBA? No. Is LeBron?
Watch what you're saying, man. Them people gonna come after you.
No, but because I'm not delusional, Bruce. I'll tell you, I'm an even split.
I agree. Split, I can admit that. Yeah.
All right. I'll talk good about LeBron, but then it's okay. Parts about LeBron, I'm like, all right, I'm not with that.
You're right.
Because LeBron isn't a skill guy.
No,
he's a powerhouse.
Yes,
he's pretty one-dimensional when it comes to set the screen, I'm driving to the basket. All right, or I'm shooting a three. That's it. We're not seeing dribble, tween, spin move, pivot, nothing like that. There's nothing skillful about LeBron James.
Okay, wait. Okay, let me stop you. And this is going to be surprising coming from me, right? LeBron has skill. He is not a skilled player. I think there's a difference. You know what I'm saying?
I said skillful. Yeah, skillful.
Like you watch some of the passes that he makes, you're like, okay, that's kind of crazy. But he's not a skilled player. And I think when it comes to you, especially in the way you just described it, obviously you being a Kobe guy, that's playing into kind of what you picture when you think about the most skilled guys, right?
Yeah.
Because, I think about it too, right? Kobe was doing amazing things. Okay, you're like, okay, that's a skill guy, right? That's a guy that consistently works on every part of his game from the ground up, fundamentals all the way through. And we acknowledge that that's not a LeBron guy. But this is what I want to say about that. The invitation for them to compete in the skills challenge, it's not because anyone thinks they can win. It's not because anyone thinks that they are a skilled duo. It's that the NBA wants to continue to market that whole father and son historical thing, right? At their arguably biggest event, which is All-Star Weekend. I get it. So my question on this, before we move on, why did they turn it down? That's my question. Why did they turn it down?
Because they're not skilled players.
Well, but that's a huge opportunity in front of the whole world to say, hey, Jordan never competed at All-Star Weekend.
No. We're not going to mention Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Okay, that's fine.
All right.
But they had no problem letting the world know that LeBron got his son drafted, that LeBron is so happy to be the first father-son guy, blah, 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 blah. They had no problem in that. Was it the first game when they checked in together? They had no problem with, I think Bronny threw LeBron an alley for his first assist to his dad. And by the way, if you go back on this show, I said that's what's going to happen. But the point is, they had
we all figured that was going to happen.
Yeah, right. They had no problem. Yeah, absolutely. They had no problem with any of that, right? But the point is, now the bright lights are on, and it's just the two of y'all in front of the whole world. What's going on, LeBron? I think it's very similar to the whole dunk contest thing.
That's a distasteful ask, right? If you want to do that, if you want to promote the LeBron James and Bronny thing, how about show some creativity, NBA? Show a little creativity, right?
Thanks.
Make a new event. Hey, father sons, or have
you could bring out the Hardaway,
retired.
Yeah, try to do something. That's a great idea.
Tim Hardaway Jr., his kids, Scottie Pippen, his kids. Make a father son event.
Yeah, a little fun type thing, right?
Yeah,
and then you can still push it. Hey, LeBron is so great that he's still playing and he's here with his son. That's a fantastic idea, Transformer, for real.
Know what I mean? So do something like that, a skills challenge,
right? And that adds some more ratings because more people are going to want to see that because it's something new, and you got LeBron and his son highlighting it. That's a fantastic.
And you're bringing legendary players from the past back into the fold, right? You know what I mean? People will be happy to see, you know, like the older guys like me and you, like Scottie Pippens, Tim Hardaway, and those guys come back. Gary Payton, shoot some shots with his son, Dale Curry, right? Come back, make it to where, or the father has to shoot the 3, and then after that, the son has to shoot a 2 or make a free throw.
The old father doesn't have to run around so much. That's
exactly right.
Yeah, I like that.
So do something like that. Now we're highlighting the old school and the new school.
Facts.
Make that an event. You make that an event, I guarantee you that will probably be one of the most watched events for the All-Star weekend, or probably because now everybody's tuned in. Like, because like the nostalgia for the older guys like us who've witnessed the previous players, they're gonna want to see it. Like, dang man, like, boy, I remember when Dale Curry, boy, that boy was solid, boy. I remember Gary Payton, boy, put the glove on. You know what I mean? So you have that conversation.
I didn't even think about the Paytons. That's right, Gary Payton and Gary Payton III. That's right,
and Gary Payton III, and then you can have the younger generation like, oh, that's his dad. Because I'm pretty sure you're gonna get a lot of that.
Yeah.
You're gonna get a lot of that. Like, oh man, I know his dad was that nice. Show all their accolades. Scottie Pippen, 6-time champion.
Yeah,
do that. I would definitely watch something like that to have that nostalgic moment.
Real talk. That's a great idea. I like that a lot.
A little creativity. That's all it takes, Bruce. I mean, as soon as this topic came around, I thought about that.
I didn't even. That's really good, man. Yeah, I appreciate that.
No, absolutely.
I thought about that. All right, well, let's go to the second quick hit. Also, LeBron. Because
time out. So Bruce knows what the first topic is. So he has to get, stuff off his chest about LeBron Ramon James Senior. He has to get it off his chest. Like, man.
I know, man.
Let me let off some steam because I know this next topic is gonna piss me off.
I just tell the truth, man. That's all I do. All right, y'all. So slick. I'm not. No, man. I just tell it how it is, man. All right. So check this, y'all. Laker Nation, good morning, brother. Good man. Stop out the gate, man.
Hey, no. Time out, Laker Nation. Hold that in your back pocket, Laker Nation. All right, put it right there next to the wallet. Right, hold it. Hold your dollars. We about to spend them in about 10 minutes. We about to spend them dollars in about 10 minutes. All right, stand by.
And while I have this, what do you call it? This chat up. Let me say good morning to my guy, Laker Nation, man. I appreciate everything you do for us. Appreciate everything you do for this channel. You're a good friend, man. For real. Number one, not subscriber, but number one member of this channel. So shout out to Laker Nation. I appreciate you, man. Real talk. I'm gonna have to deal with you later. I'm not gonna like it, but man, I truly appreciate you, brother. So thank you for being here as you always are, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, so let's get to it, man. So a couple weeks ago, we saw this whole thing of you know what? Let's go back a little bit. What was it? Maybe some months ago, right? How long ago was it that Ron Artest did that video where he was talking?
5 years.
Was it that long ago?
That's why when we had a conversation earlier, I was like,
I wonder how that
had this interview like 4 or 5 years ago.
So let's just say we don't know exactly when. Ron Artest Meta Sanford Artest, formerly Meta World Peace, formerly Ron Artest, former multiple-time All-Star Defensive Player of the Year, just outstanding all-around NBA player, and a guy who I love as a player but will forever hate because of 2010, but we'll move right along.
He passed me the ball. Kobe passed me the ball.
And he knocked it down. And anyway, Laker Nation knows why I'm upset about that. But no, great shot, all-time great shot by Meta Sanford Artest, and he gets to have that for his whole life, and respect due, man. And we wouldn't expect anything less. I'm sorry. Every time we have these topics, shout out Lakers, man. Respect due. Anyway, so a while back,
get on my good side, guys.
No, man, I gotta say it, man. A while back, he did this video, and he was talking about when he was playing in Chicago, how a young LeBron James, I think he was about 16 at the time, came to the gym and was running with these guys. And he was like, LeBron was he was tough, and he let me know, damn, I need to get back working because this could be a problem. I think that's the rough quote of what he said. I don't know how long ago he did that. And Rico Suave, what's good? Good morning. Oh, wow. Okay, you got another one in here. Oh, boy.
Boy, they show up in full force. Rico Suave, boy, I need you to stand by.
Rico, I don't know.
Stand by, Rico.
I don't know if you knew, man, but I appreciate you stopping in. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe, my brother. So anyway, that commentary, for some reason, I'm not sure why, has resurfaced as of late. And so LeBron James Senior has he made it something big because he's gotten a whole lot of run out of it. And he was interviewed. I don't know who did that interview. I can't remember, but he was interviewed. Yes, he was on the Kelsey Brothers podcast a couple of weeks ago. Mm-hmm. And he was saying, this is when it got crazy. They asked him about this event, and he was like, yeah, you could see Ron Artest talking about it. And I got in the game. They didn't normally let younger guys play until the old guys got tired. Then I got in the game, and, I was so excited. I was running with Mike and this, that, and the third. Let's keep that in mind. I was running with Mike. Anyway, so he's talking about how he was running with Mike, and he was doing his thing. And so one of the Kelsey said, well, who guarded you, right? Which would be a normal question, right? If you were 16-year-old and you're running with a bunch of pros, well, who guarded you? And that's when LeBron, of course, did a LeBron thing and said, nobody. I was unguardable. So I guess he's talking about how he was destroying everything in sight. He was unguardable. Okay. You were unguardable. Interesting. Okay. So let's get to mine first.
I'm busting ass, but go ahead.
He said that, and then he said he was unguardable. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let's think about this first. So remember, Meta Sanford Artest first said that LeBron was out there doing his thing, and he realized that was going to be a problem in a couple of years. So he started to work harder. Cool. All right, that's fine. But it's interesting. People hold that commentary up, but ignore the fact that in his book, The Last Enforcer, Charles Oakley, who was always around Mike and around Chicago, he said that LeBron didn't play. Okay. So we got 1 and 1, right? Either believe him. Okay, no big deal. So LeBron now is on wax saying, hey, I was busting ass, pardon the language. And he's saying that I was unguardable. All right, cool, fantastic. Then we had something else interesting happen. So an article recently came out, and it has an excerpt from the book LeBron by Jeff Benedict. Now, before I go into this, and then I'll let Transformer go, I promise. Before we get into this, I want to make sure that I mention to you Jeff Benedict. In case you don't know, he is an award-winning investigative journalist, sports writer, film and TV producer, right? He's written a number of books. He wrote The Dynasty on Tom Brady, Bill Belichick and the Patriots dynasty. He co-authored a biography of Tiger Woods in 2018. He wrote the book LeBron in 2023. He wrote QB, My Life Behind the Spiral, co-authored with Steve Young, the Hall of Famer in the NFL, blah, 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 right? So there's a ton of stuff he's written. And before anyone says, because this is what I was told last night, authors change stuff and make stuff up. Okay, cool. So I just want to make sure I give you a little bit of this guy's bona fides. He's won Emmy Award for Outstanding Current Affairs Documentary. Okay. He's been a New York Times bestselling author for multiple books, including Tiger Woods, The Dynasty, and LeBron. Okay. He's also been a Peabody Award winner for his contributions to investigative journalism. Okay. He's also won National Sports Media Association Sports Writer of the Year. Okay. He's won sports Emmys, and he has won Best Nonfiction Book of the Year. So I say all this to say, I think that gives us enough to believe what he put in his book, right? Especially as an investigative journalist, he's checking his sources. He's verifying what he writes, right? Because this is a real thing. Transformer, you're shaking your head. What's up, man?
Don't mean he can't lie. Don't mean he can't say the wrong thing. I mean, we gave all his accolades. Yeah, people like to read his books. Congratulations. But
okay, so
are we fact checking everything he said?
Well, this is
because obviously, how long ago did this book come out?
2023.
2023. Right? It's 2025. So
right.
Just so now we found out that.
So the only thing I'll say about that is you are right. Doesn't mean he can't lie. Doesn't mean he can't. Cool.
I'm not gonna say lie or got it wrong.
Okay. The only thing I'll say,
misinformation. Right.
People are human, but the only thing I'll say is I'll put every one of those awards aside except for one, the Peabody Award for Investigative Journalism. Now, I'm not sure you know what you have to do to be an investigative journalist, but there's a lot of corroborating stuff and verifying information, right? That's huge in investigative journalism. All right, cool. So all that said, in his book, LeBron, in 2023, right? Which I'm sure he I see it. I'm sure he verified this stuff with LeBron. I'm going to read an excerpt real quick. LeBron James, quote, in his journal, LeBron James, quickly summarized his experience in Chicago. I didn't get to play with Mike, but I did get some run with a lot of the other NBA guys. And I talked to Jordan a little bit. He didn't really give me any advice. He just told me to keep my head on straight. We all went out to dinner at his restaurant. The steak and mashed potatoes were tight, unquote. If you need me to repeat, I didn't get to play with Mike. So he wrote, this is not Jeff Benedict saying, this is LeBron James writing down in his journal, I didn't get to play with Mike. Right? I didn't get to play with Mike. Now he was running with Mike. He was busting ass. He was unguardable. Let's go. Always lying. What's up with that?
I got nothing.
You're not going to protect your boy? This is what I expect.
I don't need to protect nobody, okay? All right? I don't need to protect nobody because right now it just sounds like a lot of he say, she say, or like I said, misinformation, how it's given out. Because like there's plenty of articles, you got Ron Artest. He said his piece. He said Bron out there dominated. Bron said he dominated, but then didn't play against Jordan. I need Jordan to come to the forefront.
Jordan's not going to do that.
He doesn't say something, right?
He doesn't do that. He doesn't get.
What I mean? If we could get verification, because right now we know half of the story. If Jordan, the other person, in courthouse, you got the plaintiff and you have the defendant, and as the judge, what do I have to do? I have to hear the plaintiff, and then I have to hear the defendant. So right now, I hear the plaintiff, but I don't quite hear the defendant. So I can't. He was a man child. So
he was.
He was a man child. Man, I hear dunking on little kids. All right, at 16, he's 16, but but it doesn't sound complete to me, right? It doesn't sound complete to me for me to be like, well, he did bust Mike's ass or whatever the case may be. Right now, it sounds like he say, she say, or because like I've read a couple of articles and it's like LeBron mentions that he played with legends or great players, but there's no true emphasis on me and Mike, or I was guarding Mike. Mike was guarding me.
He said that he was running with Mike.
He mentions Mike being there.
He said he was running with Mike. In the first clip, he said he was playing with him. So I took that to mean they were on the same team. I didn't take that to mean like he was. I never assumed that he said he was busting Mike. You know what I'm saying? That
he just said he was busting other guys.
Responded to that. Right. I never.
Like to me, and a lot of people might interpret different. If I'm running with somebody, that means they're on my team.
That's what I thought too.
That means they're on my team.
Yeah,
like I'm on their side and I'm guarding the opposing team. Like, hey, man, I'm running with him.
Yeah,
right.
Now if I say Transformer, let's go run some ball. We run it together.
Yeah.
Right.
No, unless you're like, oh, let's do it one-on-one. All right, let's play one-on-one. Like the conversation is different. The words are different. So Mike was still bust his ass today. Highly doubt it, Mark. I don't think Mike getting off the couch today. Mike, what, 50 years old?
Hey, Mike is a psycho. Get that dude 6 months to train. I don't know. We might have something different.
Get that man 6 months to train while LeBron is still actively going.
Yeah, but he's also 40. Like if you said LeBron 5 years ago, I got you, right?
Yeah.
I think he's not quite the same. But anyway, that's not even the point. We're not.
Yeah, it's not the point. LeBron's just gonna run him over. But yeah.
No, my only thing, Transformer, is that everything else aside, LeBron is always giving us two different things, man. He's not a believable guy. And I got more evidence that he's not believable.
He does fabricate a lot of things.
No. Let's not try to make it sound good. He lies.
Fabrication.
Sure. Okay. LeBron said he started listening to Migos in 2010, right? Remember that? Migos' first mixtape was released in 2011. Did he know those guys personally? Doubt it. I don't know.
The first mixtape, but there were hits and stuff like that released earlier.
Well, no, because normally your mixtapes is like your first, getting out there to people, right? That's before you
still drop singles,
like mixtapes.
You still drop singles before you drop mixtapes.
How?
And so,
really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember it was like 25, but I remember like when 50 was first coming out, it was all mixtape work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you talking about like real MCs. We're talking about Migos here, brother.
Okay.
Them folks was playing that hit in the club and stuff like that. Okay. He probably like you can hear it. Like, it's way before. They don't do like this generation don't do mixtapes like 50 and them did mixtapes.
Yeah, you're right.
You didn't hear it until you heard the mixtape. Nowadays, these folks out here performing these songs before they even drop the mixtape.
You know what? You're right.
You know what I mean? So could have. I'm not gonna say that's a lie.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Okay. Give me something better. Give me something better.
Okay. LeBron claimed that he watched the entire Godfather trilogy 6 times. So if you watch the trilogy 6 times of a movie, it's kind of memorable, right?
Yeah,
but
it should be.
He couldn't remember a scene.
What scene?
Any scene. They asked
him. He could remember one? Yeah, I don't believe you watched it. Right. Yeah,
okay.
You didn't watch it. No.
Okay, so LeBron said before the game he knew that Kobe would score 81 against the Raptors.
Nobody knew that.
LeBron said
did he say he knew he would score 81, or did he say he knew
LeBron
was going to go off?
He knew Kobe Bryant would score 81 points against the Toronto Raptors.
I don't find that to be 100% correct.
I mean, this is
say he was going to score 81. To say he's going to go off, I would say, all right, anybody can say that because Kobe was freaking unbelievable.
Yes, but he said he knew he was going to score 81. Okay, but sounds crazy, right? Anyway, here's another one.
You know what? No, we're not doing this. This is a quick hit, guys. We spent 15 minutes.
We about to be out. I told you about it last a little longer. I had to do this, man. I had to do this because I'm about to get destroyed in the next topic.
Hey, listen, Chad. He's doing what he can for me to not click this next topic and start talking. This was supposed to be a quick hit. I've never seen a quick hit bring us to the 30-minute mark on the podcast.
I'm almost done. I promise. I'm almost done. Here, more lies though. Remember, I don't know how to flop. I don't know anything about flopping. Right? Remember that? But you could go on YouTube and you can look up LeBron James flopping compilations. I actually did a short on my channel about it with a nice little 80s rock song behind it called The Warrior. Great song, which coincidentally, if you go back and watch NBA Superstars 2, that was Charles Barkley's. But anyway, I put together a nice compilation on a YouTube short watching LeBron flopping all over the place. There's one where he flopped, turned to the camera and winked. I'm just saying he flopped just the other day too. Remember that against the Clippers last week?
LeBron flops
terrible
every other game.
Mm-hmm.
Like legit.
But he told us he doesn't flop. He doesn't know anything about flopping. He doesn't know how to flop. He doesn't play that way. More lies, right?
I'm saying that so I don't get fined.
I got you.
I'm not trying to get fined, bro.
And one more. Remember when he had the book, the autobiography of Malcolm X in the locker room? Remember that? On page 1 again?
Every book he's on page 1, by the way. If you look at every photo he takes, he's always
So he said he's reading the autobiography of Malcolm X. I would think anyone who knows anything about that book, that's a powerful book, right? And things will stand out to you. And when they asked him about it, he couldn't remember even a single detail Just saying. So anyway, there we go.
It's a lot on his brain.
I'm gonna leave it there.
Right?
There's a lot on his brain. Like how to keep up with all the lies. Yes, all the lies. There was one time, I don't think it was the autobiography of Malcolm X. He had another book in the locker room, the book upside down. He fronting like he reading it. Come on, man. But I'm a hater though. I'm a hater, right? I'm a hater. Guess what else I was told? I'm always on LeBron. I'm battling something deep within inside me. What?
Okay, pause. What? We're gonna move on from that.
I'm just saying, this is what I was told.
Bruce, thank you. LeBron disdain right now is crazy because he knows
telling the truth about all this.
He's been through a lot. Bruce Whitlock. All right. He's been through a lot.
Don't do that.
He's been through a lot. Bruce is turning into Skip Bayless. He's been through a lot, Chet. All right. He's been through a lot.
So the question is, have I lied about anything I've said? That's all I want to know. Is there any lie in anything I've said on this?
Bruce is a hater right now.
Did I lie? That's all I want to
know. I like these chats. He is stalling, Laker Nation. Laker Nation, he is stalling. He is stalling, Laker Nation.
Go ahead. I just want to know, and then you can move on. Did I lie about anything I said? That's all I want to know.
Bruce Bayless, what do you want from me?
Transformer, you ducking. Did I lie?
Did you lie?
Did I tell any single untruth in any of this? That's all I want to know.
You brought up instances in where you feel that LeBron James fabricated his story.
No.
I hear the defendant. Until I hear the defendant. I hear the plaintiff. I don't hear the defendant. Okay.
Come on, man. You heard him contradict his own story. He'd be hit with perjury if he was in court.
Yeah. Without evidence. Where's the evidence?
He contradicted himself. He told us one thing. Now he's saying something else. All right, go ahead. We good. Exactly, Steve.
He has a LeBron.
Thank you, brother.
No. I am controlling the chat. I'm controlling the chat. So, Steve, bye. Okay. Mark, thank you. Bruce got a LeBron file. I'm controlling the chat.
So my man Steve can't.
Nobody has criticism for LeBron, but we do. We're haters.
Right. They call us haters because we tell the truth about this dude. All right, go ahead, Transform. I'm gonna sit here quietly while you go ahead and do what you do, man. Go ahead, man.
Okay. All right.
Let me put the thing. I'm gonna change the thing.
Go ahead and change the thing. All right.
It's not funny, Transformer. It's not funny.
Okay. All right. I said I wasn't gonna laugh. All right. So let me try my hardest not to fabricate like someone is saying that LeBron James is doing. Okay. So as you guys can see, all right, I had a segment that I had for Friday, but we had family things that we had to take care of. We're gonna call it Transformers Funny Fridays. But we had things going on, so we're going to make it Transformers Silly Sunday moment, okay? This moment is dedicated to one and only the man, the host, the creator of the Format Podcast, Mr. Bruce Hope, all right? I want to take the time to just give Bruce the moment, all right? Give Bruce a shoulder that we all have in the chat, in the world, as a friend, as a competitor, as a sports analyst, whoever you may be to Bruce, give your shoulder. Because Bruce,
I don't like you, Transformer. I'm just saying, man.
Bruce, we went 30 minutes to talk about LeBron James before we had to get to the Bruce.
Oh, look who's here. It's about to get worse.
Oh, geez, here. You right on time, brother. You right on time. Okay. All right. We had to go through 30 minutes. First of all, let me pause right here. G, how you doing, brother?
You muted, bro.
You're muted. Gonna call him mute. No.
Anyway, I'm doing well, sir. How about yourself?
Outstanding. All right. We're on the Bruce's Nightmare topic, and we just started. So it seems like you came right on time. All right. Some of this may offend you a little bit, but I'm gonna try to breeze past that one as quickly as possible. Okay?
Thank God.
So So Bruce elaborated for 30 minutes with 2 quick hits on things that were negative about LeBron James because he saw Bruce's nightmare week be the first topic. I guarantee you, chat, if it wasn't for the topic being Bruce's nightmare, the quick hits would have probably been about something completely different. But guess what? You have to release some steam because you know that when mama get home, you getting that butt cutting. You know when daddy get home, you getting that butt cutting. So you're like, well, I'm going to play the game, man. I got to, boy, you know you got in trouble. You know when that door opens up and you hear them keys hit the counter, man, I'm about to get some work. So, Bruce, it's been a tough week, brother. Yeah, from Sunday all the way to what, Thursday? I think this was Thursday. It's been a very, very tough week for Bruce. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. Sunday, the NFL hosted some games. It was called the AFC Divisional Playoffs. We all know, if you could check the thumbnail at the very, very top of your screen, on the left side, in which will be Bruce's right side if you're looking at the screen, there's a Ravens logo on his shoulder. There's a Notre Dame logo on his opposing shoulder. There's a Boston Celtic logo in the middle of his chest. Meanwhile, he's holding a football with red gloves, glasses, shaven beard, crispy bald head. Yes, I had to describe the whole thing because I want people to understand how this week meant for you.
What if I said that wasn't me? That was just some guy.
Definitely you. All right. Definitely you. All right. Looks just like you. All right. There's no way you can LeBron James your way out of this and fabricate the story. Okay. All right. On January 19th, 2025, at 6:30 p.m., the Baltimore Ravens, with the highlight of Lamar Jackson and his historic season of his great passing, Derrick Henry and his 1,900-yard season, which would have been talked about a lot more, but there's this guy in Philly by the name of Saquon Barkley who just chose to go ham this year. But anyway, Derrick Henry, 1,900-yard rusher. Ravens flying high. We changed the secondary. We moved Marlon Humphreys over here back to this position so Kyle Hamilton can do this, and the secondary can do that, and the defense can do this. Only to face Josh Allen and nobody else. Literally nobody else on offense. You could probably mention James Cook. We could say James Cook was there. He was a participant in the Buffalo Bills, handing the Ravens their L, a loss. So Sunday night was in dismay, disarray, just upsetness. You feel like a failure. You're like, damn, we couldn't even make it to the AFC Championship game. So Bruce took his first L Sunday night, January 19th, 2025. Bruce, do you have anything to say, or I should move on? Moving on.
Thank you.
Monday, he woke up. Woosah, woosah, woosah. All right, Ravens lost. Here we go. There's a game tonight of pure importance. It's the national championship game on January the 20th at 7:30 p.m. 2025. Ohio State Buckeyes had to play the Notre Dame. What we call it? Go Irish? Fighting Irish. So as you can see on the left side of his shoulder on the screen, all right side if you're looking directly at it, there's a Notre Dame badge right there. Is that right, Bruce? The holy, sacred grounds, the blessed waters, the grass that grows underneath Jesus's wonderful feet, the mountaintop which shows the beautiful sun. Praise be to Allah that we're blessed to be in this Notre Dame ground. Blessed to be here on this Notre Dame ground. Well, guess what? Notre Dame is a
special place, man.
Say again.
It is a wonderful and special place.
It is a wonderful and special place to not bring back the national title.
Ooh.
One special place to not bring back the national title. As we notice, Ohio State won their first national title since 2014, and they're the first ones to win in a 12-team college football playoff format. by a score of what, Bruce? You know the score?
34-23.
34-23. So not only did my boy Bruce have to suffer Sunday night to watch the Ravens just completely unfold, completely unravel, turn the ball over 3 times, you had to wake up Monday morning with the heart and spirit of the Go Irish! Go Irish! We're going to win the national title tonight. But not only did you not win, you got handled. I'm not going to say beat down. I'm not going to say curb stomped. I am going to say you got handled by the Ohio State Buckeyes, in which a game that I was rooting for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, so I will go ahead and disclose that. But this moment is about you. It's not about me, okay? Back-to-back nights, my boy Bruce had to sit on that couch, sit back, and realize that 2 of the teams that are on his shirt for the Format Podcast have caught the last L of the season. Tough week. Man, you know what? This week is going to get better. Things are going to look up. I believe things are going to be all right. Every little thing is going to be all right. Don't you worry about a thing. Come on, Bruce. Come on now. Because every little thing is going to be all right. He was thinking that the whole week. And then another game came on in which Laker Nation, shout out to Laker Nation, politely told us and reminded us, hey, are you guys going to be watching the Lakers-Celtic game?
Yep.
Oh, man. I forgot about the Lakers got to play the Celtics.
That's crazy.
The Lakers got to play the Celtics. I'm like, okay, what time? I may go over, probably catch a little drink with Bruce, and we're going to watch the game together. But you know what? We're parents. Oh, you had something to say, Bruce? I will allow you 10 seconds.
I forgot about the game. I didn't even get to enjoy my sleep because Laker Nation made sure he texted me and reminded me that it was on.
He didn't even use all 10 seconds. Got it. All right. So, Laker Nation, deservedly so, as his title is Laker Nation, wanted to bring up the biggest and best rivalry in basketball history that they play Thursday night, January the 23rd, 2025. 10 p.m. Very, very late game, so I wasn't able to catch it. All right. I'm not kicking Bruce while he's down, Mark. All right. I'm not kicking Bruce while he's down. I'm here for us. I want the chat. If you guys can, just type shoulder, because that's a shoulder for him to lean on. Just type shoulder. All right. Because he needs a shoulder. So anyway, big rivalry game. We're like, oh man, it's going to be competitive. The fighting spirit. My Baltimore Ravens, they fumbled. My Fighting Irish, they fumbled. The Boston Celtics are going to beat the Los Angeles Lakers. That's on my mama. Bruce, what was the score of the Boston Celtics playing the Los Angeles Lakers game?
Man, I don't got the score up, man. We got dealt with, man. I don't have the score up.
96-17. 117-96.
Thank you. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man.
What's that?
16 points.
Here we go.
16, 5, and 6.
Here we
16, 5, and 6. Do you got anything more, G? You got anything more on your screen?
Nah, that's pretty much it. Oh,
that's pretty much it.
Hold on. LeBron had 26 and 14.
And
Anthony Davis had 24, 3, and 8.
What did Austin Reeves have?
23, 6, and 3.
And what did Jason Tatum have?
So let me go back. Tatum had 16 points, 5 assists, and 6 rebounds. It's almost like he didn't show up.
What did the Finals MVP have?
17, 3 assists, 8 rebounds. Clamps.
Again, Austin Reeves is not a superstar. He's not an all-star. He's becoming a great player for the Los Angeles Lakers. But he decided to have 23, on the night that not only did Jason Tatum not score 20, but Jaylen Brown didn't score 20. On the biggest night of the year when it comes to the rivalry. Bruce, 21 points is what the Boston Celtics decided to lose to after you had been through this turmoil, this travesty, this disarray, this just pure hurt, pain, disgust of the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday night, losing to Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, to your Fighting Irish Monday night to lose against the Ohio State OHIO Buckeyes. All right, they had to lose Monday. Every little thing is going to be all right. That's what you were singing, because the week was going to move on. And then the freaking Boston Celtics came and laid a stink bomb right there in your face in front of the world to see on a rivalry night. So, Tat, shoulder, because you want to talk about nightmare. I don't think Freddy Krueger got nothing on this. Freddy Krueger, he would at least stopped at the Baltimore Ravens game. He would at least stopped at the Mark Andrews drop. He would have stopped at the Lamar Jackson fumble. I'm sorry, G, this is going to hurt you a little bit. I'm sorry, just a little bit, but I'm going to try to move past it. All right. That's what Freddy Krueger going to stop it at. He's not going to let you go through the Notre Dame Fighting Irish getting cooked on Monday night. He's not going to let you go through that. Freddy Krueger ain't that bad of a person. I know Freddy Krueger personally. Me and him we play spades together all the time. Bloody Freddy is straight. Bloody Freddy is cool. All right. He ain't finna sit here and let you go through Lakers destroying 21 zip. That's past the sticks, by the way. 21 points. 21 points past the sticks.
Universal.
That's universal language. You could be from Baltimore. You could be from New York. You could be from California. You could be from Florida. You could be down here in the trenches in Florida, and you're going to know that 21, you got to pass them sticks, Bubba. You got to pass them sticks. So the Boston Celtics decide to say, hey, Bruce, we know you've been through a tough week. Here you go. We're going to lay an egg right here on your front porch.
Hey, yo.
So, Bruce, this is, if you guys can see right here to the screen. This is bad. This has been an awful, nightmarish week for Bruce Hope. So I want everybody in the chat to take 5 seconds, moment of silence. Praise be to Allah. We're going to try to move on. We're going to try to move past. G, do you have anything for my brother man, Bruce, the Wonder Man Hope, on the Format Podcast this morning, brother?
I had no idea this was the roast of Bruce week, but I should have looked at the thumbnail and kind of figured that one out. And I'm not going to talk about my Ravens right now. You
can Euro step past that.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and give a nice little Jason Tatum Euro step. My bad. Continue.
Damn. All right. So yeah, my Ravens did shit the bed. I was it's a good game, man. Yeah, it was a good game, bro. It was a good game. Very entertaining. I mean, even though we came up on the losing end of that game, it was still a really, really entertaining game for football. Fast forward to Notre Dame, Indiana. Nothing really good come out of Notre Dame. I mean, out of Indiana. I mean, it's Camp Atterbury. Am I wrong?
Kyra and the Siren.
Oh, I'm not talking about none of that, right? I was just talking about I never been to the holy ground.
The sacred holy grounds, brother.
The sacred holy ground
there you
where
go.
They give out golden domes and all that stuff. I've never been there.
Like when you step off of a plane.
I can't imagine you wouldn't enjoy some golden dome. Just saying.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
We're not doing that one, yo.
I'm just saying.
Lord
I
have
forgot
mercy.
what I was about to say.
Thank goodness. I can't take much more of this.
That was rough, man.
Anyway, I'm a listen, dog. Real rough week for you guys, man. The Celtics is, I mean, not doing not too bad in the East. They're still doing their thing in the East, but I mean, games like the Lakers, you definitely got to put them to bed, man. Your star performers got to show up, man. I don't know what that was about. Terrible stat line. They should have been the same Braves because anytime, well, we can't say that because y'all won a chip last year.
No, they weren't good enough playing against the Lakers.
They wasn't good enough that night.
That's the game. They should have taken us like. I don't even understand it, man.
Don't worry about it, yo.
No. I'm saying this is obviously throughout the years the Celtics have been blown out by the Lakers before. We got blown out by Magic and them in the finals. Was that Memorial Day massacre? Was 148, 114 or something like that? It was disgusting. Correct. They ran us out of our own gym, right? So this stuff happens, but it's not for not understanding the seriousness of every time we lace it up against those guys. I can deal with it against anybody else. Not that I'm saying I have a loser mentality. If somebody plays great against Celtics, they blow us out. All right, it's 1 of 82, move on. But against those guys, come on, man.
Bringing up
if you lose, bro. Come with it, man.
Transformer bringing up old shit, man. This whole segment is about old shit, man. He always bringing up old shit.
No, this whole segment is to be there for one brother. Lift the brother up while he's down, right?
Oh, man.
So not only do we got to come to the altar and just confess about all the disarray we've been through. When you're done with your testimony and you're testifying in front of the church, in front of the grounds, in front of the sacred people who are listening to said testimony, everybody in the crowd opens up their arms, welcomes you, feels for you, shares that pain. So I'm here to share. I ain't gonna say that pain, but I'm here to share his disarray, his disappointment, his disgust, his distaste. He was drinking water. It didn't even taste like water the next day. It didn't even taste like water. He was like, man, what am I drinking? His taste was gone. He couldn't hear correctly.
Edward, man. There's no. I'm sorry, Transformer. Edward, there's no excuses. There's no excuses. You don't not show up against those guys.
Those guys,
they beat us, but not those guys. You got to be ready to play when you play those guys. Come on, man. Do these young cats not understand? Do they not understand what it is when you? First of all, it is a privilege to wear green and white. And it is a privilege to suit up against the purple and gold.
Which game hurts you the most?
Those guys.
Good question, G.
Oh, Notre Dame national championship, of course, man. This is now year 37 without a chip. That hurt. That was tough because it was looking terrible, and then true to their name, they started fighting, and they made a way, and they came back, and you're within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, which you've shown that you can get.
Yep.
You're within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Somehow you managed to not put your number one cover corner on their number one freaking receiver, and he catches a 54-yard bomb and salts the game away. Like, I don't know how that happens. I don't know how that happens.
Coaching.
That one burned bad. That one burned badly. I just don't know. I don't know what happened. So Laker Nation, no, it's not worse. It's very annoying, like I said, but it's not worse because at least I don't want to make excuses for. At least we won a championship last year, right? The Celtics had a chance, and not the Celtics, the Fighting Irish had a chance to break a 36-year title drought. And that would have been, think we hadn't won a major bowl game in 30 plus years. And we won 2 in a 3-week period, right? Won the Orange Bowl, won the Sugar Bowl, beat the SEC champs, beat the Big Ten runner-up. Huge season. Nobody expected Notre Dame to get to the chip. They were there, and they weren't lucky. They got there by playing their ball and winning these games, and they didn't play their ball, and they didn't win these. And that's no disrespect to Ohio State because they were the best team in the country. So I want to make that clear. They earned that. They had the toughest path to the title, and they looked like a buzzsaw on the way there. So I get it. There's no disrespect to the Buckeyes. Matter of fact, we did a show, Transformer, right? Were you on that show?
Ryan? That was Ryan.
Okay, yeah, it was Ryan, right? So I gave the Buckeyes all their respect due, but that one hurt me the most because there was really an opportunity to break the curse and to break that streak. And like I said, you're within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, and you don't get it. And the way you didn't get it, you give up a 54-yard bomb, and your number one cover corner is not on that side. I don't know that I can ever get over that. Like, there's 2 plays in that game I couldn't get over. One of them, I figured out schematically how it happened. Me and Steve and I discussed that yesterday. I'm still waiting to get some background on what happened on that last one. But yeah, I'm sorry, Laker Nation. This is messing with me. But yeah, clearly the Notre Dame loss hurt the most, and then the Celtics loss hurt. But again, like 1 of 82, and you still have an opportunity, but
you only get 2 times to play the Lakers.
Right. Unless we both make it to the finals. But it's a function of just, it more bothered me that the Celtics appeared to not show up again against those guys. And then, of course, the Ravens really hurt too. But, yeah, without question, the Notre Dame loss. So, yeah.
What is your expectation of the 2 teams that are already eliminated? So what do you think the Baltimore Ravens, what is their next move, next step?
Man, I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's off season.
Well, of course, right? Cancun, 1, 2, 3, Cancun. But
Cancun,
I really don't know. Like, what can you do? You've got a loaded roster. I think 9 Pro Bowlers. I think 5 All Pros. Derrick Henry's already said, "Hey, run it back. We're ready." Mark Andrews going to rededicate himself to being the best he can be. And hopefully that's going to easily make him a top 4 tight end in the league next year. We know how talented that guy is. We know Lamar is incredible. What at this point can you do except cut the mistakes in key moments? Other than that, I don't know. Notre Dame, not sure about that. Go ahead, G. I'm sorry.
Yeah, G. I forgot G's a fan.
Yes, yes, indeed. Appreciate you, brother.
Through and through. But one thing that you missed was that corner that caused us so much turmoil and heartache last year. I know we looking at one game, but the entire season, like Brandon Stevens was getting burnt and barbecued. Okay. Man. So much so that the rookie on the other side looked like a Pro Bowler. He did.
Wiggins, right?
He looked like a Pro Bowler. Yeah, Wiggins.
Wiggins looked good, man.
Nate Wiggins looked like a Pro Bowler. So, I mean, you said in the off season, we talking draft here or we talking free agency? I think we still got a lot of Marcus Williams, right? Safety that we signed a few years ago. Hasn't really worked out for us. I think you figure out a way of getting rid of him because you had to move personnel around because he didn't want to play, or at least that was the narrative in the media that he didn't want to play.
Right.
So yeah, just dump all your I guess that those players that's really not there for us, right? Like it hasn't really showed up and made their money.
And try to get another really good receiver or elite receiver, whether it's a number 1 from somewhere, trade for him or draft somebody coming out. Yeah, so definitely need another receiver. Zay Flowers is a problem, but if you can get one more, because I think Zay is a natural X. I think he's a natural elite slot guy. But right now they haven't playing that wide.
Not wide Z.
Playing on right, exactly. So I would think. Go ahead, G.
Throwing at playoffs. I seen players that I didn't even know was on the roster, bro.
Yeah, me too.
It's like, who's this guy? Why? Tylen Wallace wasn't in the game. Like I didn't understand that. And they talking about we might lose him, the free agency. But I don't know if you remember, it was the kid that caught the ball, stiff arm to the touchdown on the sideline against I forget what team that was. Maybe the Browns or I know. He had a game winning. It was a game winning like play. He pretty much took over the game for us.
Got you.
That's like 5.
So there's a couple of moves that could be made, man. But AFC is tough, as we well know.
AFC is tough.
Yeah, man.
It is.
AFC is truly tough. We're gonna get into the coaches that are now over there. It's particularly in the AFC West.
Yeah, can we please hurry up and get through this topic?
Negative. You're gonna you gave LeBron 30 minutes on quick hits. You're lucky I don't give you 2 hours on this first topic. Okay. All right. So
all right, brother. Okay.
Fall back, sir. Fall back. All right, Laker Nation, get him. You better talk to your boy. Talk to your boy. All right. So we talk about the Baltimore Ravens, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. What's the scout team saying? What are we looking at next year? Is there transfer portal guys, Are there going to be some big NIL deals that we're giving this next true freshman or sophomore? What's the status, or what is the chatter about Notre Dame and the Fighting Irish and how they can get back to this title?
Lost some depth guys, a couple of 2 or 3 depth guys off the offensive line, which, I mean, it is what it is in modern football, right? Those guys probably weren't going to start next year. They weren't going to start next year. Notre Dame is slated to have the best offensive line in college football next year, but lost some depth guys, which really would have hurt us this year. They really stepped up during that playoff run while guys were getting injured and whatnot, and really all season, but we lost some of those guys because, modern college football, guys are not going to sit on the bench and thank you, Laker Nation. Thank you. Guys aren't going to sit on the bench and not play when they're trying to get somewhere going forward. I was getting to that, Steve, but thank you, brother. Gotcha. So we lost some of those guys. We got a big what's supposed to be a dominant wide receiver from Virginia. Supposed to be a serious guy. So that's a plus because we have trouble recruiting that position at a high level. But yeah, to Steve's point, the biggest question is who's going to start at quarterback. Marcus Freeman has said that he believes that the quarterback is in the building. And at this point, I think, all the good ones are out of the transfer window anyway. So it's like, what would you do? So, it's 3 guys as it stands now. You got Kenny Minchie, Steve Angeli was the guy who came in when Riley Mills was going through examination for concussion in the first half against Penn State, drove him down and got the 3 points that got him on the board. So definitely needed that. So he's still on the roster. I think he'll be a senior next year. And you've got We've got Carr. I can't remember his first name, but he's the grandson of legendary Michigan head coach Lloyd Carr. And he's on the roster for us, 4.5 5-star guy, fringe 5-star guy. And so he's on the roster, but he went through, I think, some elbow surgery this year. So I think they're a bit concerned about where his health is at this. CJ Carr. Thank you, Steve. There you go. There's some concern about his health. So to Steve's point, the biggest question is quarterback. I think once you can get that settled, then you can see what goes from there. But return some quality guys on defense, going to lose some quality guys on defense, obviously NFL and transfer. But we're gonna see what happens, man. We're gonna see what happens.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not gonna get into the Boston Celtics because that's more of a regular season game. I want to discuss the Ravens because that was a championship game, and then the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, that was a championship game. So obviously that seasons are over. So I wanted to get your opinion and understanding and update on what those prospective teams were doing. All the Celtics are going to be all right. All right. What, they're second in the Eastern Conference right now. They blew a big one. Yes, they blew a big one, but they don't have to face us again until maybe March the 8th. Laker Nation, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe March the 8th is going to be the game where the Lakers do travel to Boston. But obviously Boston has to get through the entire Eastern Conference. The Lakers have to get through the entire Western Conference for us to meet in the middle and have another hopefully legendary final series. So not going to ask you a question about the Boston Celtics. But again, chat, I thank you guys for bearing with us, bearing with me. That was a lot to get off. Not going to finish that. I saw the way G looked at me. That one didn't start off right. That was a lot for me to bring to the forefront. All right, for Bruce to just go ahead and take a deep breath. Exhale. Remember your pressure points. Every little thing is going to be all right. Don't you worry about a thing. Every little thing is going to be all right. It's going to be all right, Bruce, man. We're the shoulders for you, bro. We're the shoulders for you, man. That's all I got, guys. I thank you guys for tuning in for Bruce's Nightmare Week. It is over. It is done. It can't get no worse because guess what? There's no big games for him coming up anytime soon, at least until we get into the NBA playoffs.
Yo, you're a savage, man. You know that? Oh, my gosh.
Thank you for tuning in to the Transformers Silly Sundays, all right?
Knowing this topic was coming, man, I should have waited till after the pod to do my workout, man. Because I need to go remove some frustration right now.
It's all right, bro. 2 days. You can do it 2 days, bro. 2 days. the quick little 30-minute, 40-minute powwow. Get it out like, Notre Dame, why do y'all do this to me? Baltimore, why y'all, Mark Andrews, why you drop that pass? Jason Tatum, 16 points? Really? Mm-hmm.
Okay, Transformer. Oh, you won. I got it.
Hey, bro. The heart, bro. It's all about the heart. Eddie, shut up. I am your annoying little brother.
I could see that.
Oh, boy, I used to get on their nerves, boy. I used to get on their nerves, man.
All right, we ready, y'all? Because
you opening up the phone lines for this one?
Yeah.
You know what? Yes, let's open up the phone. If anybody wants to call in and give their love, their support for the Fighting Irish, Baltimore Raven, Boston Celtican. I don't even know that's a word, but I just made that up. All right?
I don't even think that combination exists nowhere but Bruce, man. Like, it's like nobody. He's the only
areas,
fan,
bro. Three different, completely different zip code area codes. Like
simple explanations for that, though.
Yeah, I don't think it's anybody. There's nobody else that roots for those three teams like you do. I say that.
Man, Boston
right.
Celtics.
I don't think there's anybody.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
Yeah.
Like, it's typically if you a Celtic fan, then you everything in Boston, dang that. Like, you Red Sox, you everything. Everything's Boston. Baltimore, you try to stay in that the DMV. Yeah. You try to stay in that area if you a Baltimore Raven fan. Fighting Irish, honestly, you're like the only person I ever met that's actually Notre Dame fan. But yeah.
Yep.
No shade. I'm just saying you're the only person
that's ridiculous. They're one of the biggest national brands. But here go Laker Nation though. What's up, Laker Nation? Good morning.
Good morning, Bruce. How you doing?
Man, you know how I'm doing, man. You know how I'm doing. You just sat here and heard all that. You watched all that. You know how I'm doing.
Man, I'm talking to you, man to man. I gotta ask you personally, man.
Consoling, yes.
I'm not doing great, man. It was. You know what? I thought I was past that week, man. But sitting here, Transformer had a little too much joy in that. I should have known that he was really going to lay that out, and I was like, I didn't even think that he was going to go take it to that.
The joy started when you put that as your thumbnail, like that. That's when I'm like, oh man, yeah, this is going to be.
I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about it.
Look at to my right, guys.
Man, shut up, man.
Man, you're a military guy, Bruce. Man, you gotta learn, man. You can't sit over there sulking, looking like a 8-year-old on timeout because he broke mama's TV. Man, you have to sit there and take it as a chin, man. And just be like, all right, yeah, it's nuts, man, because that make it worse. They're like, oh, he's feeling it. Let me turn up the volume.
Yeah.
Hey, but we kind of talked about that Celtic game.
Let's do it, man.
Celtic Laker game, man. It was.
I don't think there's much to talk about, honestly,
fun,
Laker Nation. I know you want to. Let me just say this, and then I'll let you do your thing, man. Honestly, like I said, the only thing that irked me. Clearly, y'all were better, but the only thing that irked me is just that we didn't come to play. And then even when the game was getting away from us, and y'all were doing your thing, we just coming down shooting bad three after bad three, and I'm like, come on. I know it's hard to change how you play, especially when you want a chip doing it that way. But at what point do you say, look, these threes are not falling. Let's run some offense and try to get some easy buckets or at least get to the foul line? Like, at what point? I don't understand this. Really, I don't. And it's not even just – go ahead, man. My bad.
No, that was their offense all season. Like, they were doing what they normally do.
Correct.
And it doesn't help that Porzingis looked like he was like he had a yellow stripe on his back the whole game too. You know, you're supposed to be the anchor, man. You're supposed to, take that on the chin, man. You can't let no 40-year-old come down the lane and then run off the court.
Literally ran off the court.
I just ran off the court, man.
Like, whoa.
But he made a business decision.
To contest Bron at the rim, and he backed up and ran off the court, man. It don't help when your anchor is doing that.
You know what I'll say about that though, Laker Nation, and you're 100% right, man. Look, if you're gonna protect the rim, sometimes you're gonna get banged on. It's gonna happen.
All the greats got banged on.
It happened to Zoe. It happened to Ewing. It happened to Dream.
Shaq.
Every great shot blocker has gotten dunked on. So what? Do your job. Protect the rim. Stop this crap. Nobody cares about Porzingis outside of Latvia anyway. So just do your damn job. You're there. Yes, I'm sorry.
I kind of understand where he's coming from because, these bronze sectionals would have had a field day with that shit.
So what?
And he didn't want to be on everybody's milk cart.
Man, who cares?
He's still on the milk cart for backing out.
That's right.
You ran away.
Right. Now you're missing.
Now you're missing.
Right. You didn't just get piked on. Now you're
missing person. Missing person. Kristaps Porzingis in the paint when LeBron James is coming. Have you seen this man?
Come on, man. But you're right. You're right, Laker Nation, though.
You got to find that clip and send it to you, Bruce. Man.
No doubt.
That shit was pathetic.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right. What can I say?
I mean, this was pretty much JJ Redick's best game plan all season because he had them boys prepared. He was like, I don't want you to. Basically, all he told them was guard the three.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Guard the three.
Switch on all screens, guard the three.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all they did. And they couldn't do nothing.
Right. No.
It was. I want to say it was fun because we was beating the Celtics down.
Right.
But it was disgusting because both teams combined shot 76 threes that game.
Yeah. Well, you know JJ Redick is a proponent of getting up as many threes as he can. So, whenever possible, he's going to do that.
And before you say the 3-pointers was the difference, the Lakers only made one more three than the Celtics did. So that kind of canceled each other out. That's not the reason why.
I don't even think the threes were the difference, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, AD's going to do his thing. Bron did his thing. I don't even think. Whatever, man. I got nothing, Laker Nation.
It was good, man, because it was like it build up, man. Y'all had the audacity to win titles in 2008 and 2024. Like, what the heck? Y'all really had the audacity, and that's going to be in the Raptors forever.
Mm-hmm.
Every time we play y'all going forward, it's going to be bad blood.
Right. Well, listen,
y'all took it to another level, man. It ain't like we could win the title on Larry Bird's birthday.
Right. Well, listen, I'm sure we would rather win titles more often. It just happened to happen that way.
I don't want to hear it, bro. I'll be ready to fight these Celtics fans now. We bring up that 824.
You know what? I never even thought about that until you guys brought it up to me. I never even thought. I was just thankful that we won another one. You know what I'm saying?
You mean, Jason Tatum was the first one to say it. He was like, I'm a Kobe guy. We got two titles.
Right.
In 08, and I got the one in 24. So we got 08 and 24 hanging in our. Your boy Jason Tatum said that.
You want me to be real with you?
Every time
I don't really listen when Jason Tatum talk. Just go out there and play, man. I don't listen when that dude talks. You don't have much to say. Just go play ball, man. You trying too hard. You saying too much. Just go play ball. Be the best ball player you can be. All that other stuff, you don't have that. Just go play ball.
But I ain't gonna be brutal on you, man, because you made that Lakers tribute video.
Hey, man, look, today's your day, man. No. Do it, enjoy it, man. What can I say? I just gotta sit here and. I got a lot of respect for that video, man. I couldn't do it. I don't know if I had the kind of heart to make a Celtics tribute video.
Nah, I don't have enough information.
That'd be
positive
for me to do.
I don't have enough positive information.
Look, man, like I said, y'all already know, man. I have a great deal of respect, and I love what y'all did for the game, man. That's all that is.
But because I have a lot of ammo.
Mm-hmm.
The Notre Dame loss, and I despise them.
Right.
Of course, the Celtics.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say this. It's like I don't know what. I think I mentioned it a couple shows ago. How you gonna leave their best weapon, that monster, out there on a single island when you trying to dig back into the game? You cut it to 1-4.
Mm-hmm.
You get that stop, and you get a chance to pull off the biggest upset in Notre Dame's history.
Right.
But you leave them I know you said that they were trash talking about they can cover him one-on-one, and they were trying to prove a point. But
no.
That is not the time to try to prove a damn point.
So let me stop you. They're not stupid, right? The reason why that happened, they were selling out to stop the run, because at that point where it was going, you got to sell out to stop the run so they don't get it on the ground. But again, even if they were going to cover him one-on-one, which I'm not totally averse to, because to that point, I think he had, like 3 catches for like 7 or 10 yards or something like that. So he wasn't killing us. But my biggest issue is that our number one cover corner, who is also freshman All-America, just like him, wasn't over there on the assignment. And that's Leonard Moore. To that point, he had covered Smith to 2 catches and 7 yards, right? So I'm like, if you're over there, okay, cool, do it. You know what I'm saying? Best on best, and if they beat us, shake your hand and that's it. But the fact that you let our second corner be out there like that, that's my bigger issue. I hear you, but that's how I see it.
Okay, I will give you that if they didn't have their corners off on the cushion by 10 yards. Mm-hmm. I'll give you that.
Right.
Because
you got to bump him. You got to disrupt his timing. You got to get hands on, do something. I get it.
I give it 2 ways. He can either tell them that only way this will work out in your favor is if the coach has them back so they can see more of the field as the running back is coming around the corner, and so we have more space to attack.
Mm-hmm.
But normally they have their corners up closer to the line to push that, to stretch that runner towards the sideline instead of giving them a hole to come cut up field.
Right.
Like helping them out 10 yards is giving them an alley to cut up field.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're really aiming to stop the run, that really wouldn't make any sense.
No.
Well, I think, man, the thing about Ohio State,
about it from a coaching.
No, I get you. I get you. The thing about Ohio State is the way they're called. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you said that they were gearing up to stop the run, loading the buck. But if you were the coach and that's your goal, well, you wouldn't have your corners 10 yards off and leaving that alley in case he do turn that corner.
Mm-hmm. Well, they hadn't been running wide that game for the most part anyway. But at the end of the day, man, Ohio State, with the talent that they had, presents so many problems. It's like you can't defend everything. Because even when we were in man-to-man coverage and the coverage was tight, you know what I'm saying, we just saw Will Howard tuck it and run. So it was just a tough spot, man. You can't defend everything, and they did what they could, and now,
right.
Ohio
State made the coaches out stop y'all because he hit that audible and was like, oh shit, they gonna do that?
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
He called that audible.
No, you're right.
3 steps. He just dropped 3 steps and launched that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That was a wrap.
Yeah.
And I said Bruce is crying right now.
Yeah. That's about right.
But that was for Steve too, because he's been taking shots at my Trojans all season. So that was right. that was not just to you, that was to Steve too.
Fair enough.
But hey, let me know, man. Notre Dame's coming to Florida.
Yeah, we need to look. I need to take a look at
that. Miami.
Hard Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they coming to Hard Rock to play the Hurricanes.
Yeah, I got to take a look, see what's up with those tickets.
Yeah, let me know, because, we can't be on the opposite sides of the stadium, man. If you're going to be there, I'm going to be right there. right in your ear.
No doubt. Yeah, we see if we can set that out, man.
All right, bet.
All right, brother. Thank you for the call.
You're running a great show today, man. Keep it up, my brother. I wish this segment was a little bit longer, but I know we got to get on.
Yes, sir.
But,
yes, sir.
Oh, one thing I want to say, man. Hey, I hope we're trending in the right direction because, we got 2 good wins in a row. But
5 out of 6.
I know, but I can't trust Brian.
Can't trust Brian. Why?
No. Because, man, because 1 minute, it's like, he's like, okay, I'm going to let my teammates shine and boom, boom, boom. But then the next minute, he's like, man, fuck this shit. I need to get my shit. Then he start losing again. Right now, he's deferring to Austin Reeves, letting Austin Reeves shine. He's letting all the other guys shine. Then he get his every now and then and still get his numbers.
Yeah. I think a lot of that have to do with our defense, though. A lot of that has to do with our defense, and I'm glad we got Jared Vanderbilt back. He played a couple of minutes last night.
Yeah,
I was able to watch him, and he played like you can tell, like we're missing that key wing, right? We're missing that key wing to take a little bit less pressure off LeBron. I mean, a little bit more pressure off LeBron when it comes to defending those wing positions, especially when he sits down. But
we know he can't defend those wings.
No, absolutely not. Man's 40. I'm not expecting him to. But in them last,
Let me stop because they're gonna think I'm hating on LeBron because I'm gonna say he couldn't do it in his prime either.
Nah, he could. He has accolades for that, but I won't dig into that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna do it because I'm gonna say I'm hating on LeBron. But I'm not gonna hold y'all up too much longer. I know Bruce want to call in because I know he got some. He got some ammo for you.
Now I know we had a call from Mark with glasses. I'm about to tell him to call back.
I know
when
he's
you
gonna
get done.
call in, man, because the shit you be giving LeBron, he gonna call in and go in on you.
I mean, he can do that, but I never lie. That's so whatever.
But
I don't make stuff
Juan,
up.
I love the show, guys.
I appreciate you, brother.
I love the show, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, bro.
We gotta link up too, man.
What did you say?
He said y'all got to link up
too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I'm gonna get y'all in touch. No, I forgot about that. My bad.
All right.
Trent.
But like I said, I'll stay in touch to figure out how to use tickets gonna be at this Notre Dame game down here in Hard Rock.
No doubt, man.
To work out the particulars.
Yeah. Let's try to do that. All right, brother. You be safe out there, man. I appreciate the call.
No problem.
All right. Mark with glasses. I saw you call, man. Go ahead and call right back, and after that, we'll move to the next topic. I want to take your call, man. You see what you did, man?
What did I do? What did I do? It's what Notre Dame did. It's what the Ravens did. It's what the Celtics did. I didn't do that. I don't play the game.
You took too much joy in this.
What?
Mark with glasses, what's good, man?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Just want to call in, try to cheer you up a little bit real quick.
I know, right?
Like getting upset over a regular season NBA game is like getting upset your wife bought the wrong bag of chips. Like, I can't bring myself to worry about it too much.
But that statement right there, you have to understand the rivalry in the game. It's not about regular season. Me and Bruce agree with you on that. It's not like we get regular season games. It's 82 games. It's the game. The game you circle on your calendar every year. We got 2 times out of the year. We got to play these guys. These got to be playoff atmosphere type games. We can't lose. So that's why we put emphasis on that game. But go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't think it's to the degree that it used to be, but yeah, I get what you're saying. And then cheer up about your Ravens. Like, I'm a Browns fan.
Oh, damn.
And we went from the playoffs to 3 wins, and you want to talk about a fan base that's down bad. Our quarterback has more allegations than touchdowns.
Oh,
yes.
And to the point now, we just gotta wait this contract out.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was probably the worst trade and sign in NBA NFL history. Yeah,
agreed.
Yeah, so it can always be worse. And then with the Transformer ripping on the Irish, I know it's a hard loss to swallow, but that was an 8-point game with a couple of minutes left.
That's right.
And I think the hardest part about it is the 31 unanswered points that Ohio State scored.
That was rough.
That's why it feels a lot worse than it was. But we lost by 11 points with our best players not even being involved in that game. Love and Price each had a couple carries. The defense was unrecognizable. So as a whole, that loss stinks. think it would have been easier to kind of get over if we kind of looked more like ourselves, but it was so uncharacteristic that like Notre Dame fans just don't even know what the hell we just watched. And that's kind of why I've been struggling. I've just been kind of upset with the play calling, and I just think it's inexcusable to have your best running back touch the ball such a few times.
Well, we can do a whole different show about
injury.
that. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I don't believe he was anywhere near 100%. He went out there and tried to do what he could, but if he could have, he would have gotten the ball more. I don't. Yeah, that's a whole different show and a whole different topic. But I don't think he was anywhere near right for that game.
No, but Price is such a big playback too. So why did he get 3 or 4 carries? And they ran their quarterback into the ground and then expected him to be able to throw the ball.
But he did.
Kind of risk reward.
But he did though. So anyway, we
295 yards and we had 308 total. He had 96% of the offense.
Look,
like you got to be more responsible as a play caller for that. So I just wanted to kind of put that into perspective. Like it's the final score is kind of deceiving, and at certain points it was a blowout, but I don't think it's necessarily something to hang your head about. And who's Transformers college team?
Seminoles.
The Florida State Seminoles? Oh, God. Okay.
Hey, but look, he showed us love all year. We can't front that.
No, I said it. I was rooting for Notre Dame to win that game.
Yeah, I'm disappointed, but the further I get from that game, I find it more respectable. And I think Freeman did his best coaching job that maybe I've ever seen, all things considered. And but yeah, cheer up, Bruce. There's always next year, right?
Always next year.
Shoulder.
All right, thanks, guys.
Appreciate you, Mark.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
All right, man. Thank you.
Get a shoulder to cry.
All right, you ready?
On.
All right, let's move on. I'm tired.
Hey, no. We're not gonna do that. Pick up your spirit, all right? Pick up your spirit, pick up the energy, okay? Melo on Scottie. Go get it, brother. Melo on Scottie. What did he have to say about Scottie?
All right. Here we go.
Hey, take your headset off, do about 5 push-ups, and get right back on the mic.
Front man rest position. Move. Oh man. All right, y'all. Woo. All right, next topic. Jeez. All right. Okay. So we know Scottie Pippen has made a lot of ripples. You enjoyed that too much, man.
I did not. You know what? It would have got worse if Bruce was here. I think it would have got worse if Bruce was here. Bruce was here?
He was in the chat earlier.
Yeah, he probably saw that Baltimore. He was like, ooh, he finna talk about the Ravens. I ain't finna jump in on that. But I thought he was gonna say something about the at least the fighting Irish. He likes to throw jabs at you with that one. But proceed, brother. Proceed.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, let's do it, man. So where were we? Melo and Scottie. So Scottie Pippen made major waves with his 2.5-hour interview with Patrick Bet David. We talked about that, I think, last episode or the one before. He said a lot of wild stuff. Now apparently Magic Johnson is the GOAT for him. Okay. Mind you, Scottie Pippen also previously said Michael Jordan is the GOAT. He also previously said that LeBron is the GOAT. Oh, and in that same interview, while he said Magic was the GOAT, but he also said that he was the greatest of all time. So I think Scottie is clearly suffering from some cognitive decline. That's a nice way of saying he's crazy. Yeah. So Scottie
like put that cognitive decline.
Cognitive decline. Yeah.
Boy, that's that journalist. All that journalism came out right there.
Right. So no, clearly we can see that Scottie. I don't know, man. I think he's just doing what he's doing because he's upset. One, the way he was portrayed in the Last Dance, which realistically, I mean, they just told how it went, and that was on him. He made those decisions. Now he's upset that people see it. And he's also upset, obviously, with his ex-wife being in a, hot and public relationship previously, no longer, but previously with Michael Jordan's son, Marcus. So all that looked bad. And now he's taking it out and saying a whole bunch of nonsense all over the place. But we discussed that, but now on Melo's podcast called Melo Anthony, 7 p.m. in Brooklyn, some of that stuff was brought up again, at which point Melo and Rudy Gay and their co-host felt the need to respond. I thought it was some interesting commentary, so we're going to do our thing. We're going to listen to it, break in, respond, listen to it. It's only got a couple minutes of it. Really, it's like this particular part of it was like a 7-minute clip. You can find it on YouTube. And also, if you want to go watch the whole thing, just check out Carmelo Anthony, 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. So
yes, sir. Real good show.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I like it. Before I play this clip, let me let you know, because I didn't take the time to put in the bleeps and all that, but there's some language, racially insensitive as well as profane. So be cognizant. And if this is a time you might have kids in the room or somebody listening or whatever that may be offended by that, just let them know so they can, head out or put your Bluetooth, your headphones in, whatever. So just letting you know, give you a quick 10 seconds to do that, and then we'll go ahead and start playing the clip.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, and 1.
Let's get it.
During a recent podcast interview, Scottie Pippen had a lot to get off his chest.
This is a real question.
Among some of them, many things he had to say was, one, he claimed that the NBA under Adam Silver looks bad compared to how it was under David Stern because Adam Silver allows players to have more input. Also, he denied LeBron and Jordan GOAT status. Quote, neither one of them are GOATs. Magic Johnson, to me, is a bigger GOAT than anybody because of how he led.
So we already starting right now. Full disclosure. Maybe up until maybe 10, 12 years ago, I actually had Magic as my greatest of all time. And the reason for that was I've always been a proponent of if you're in shape and you play with the Lakers, you can get 10 points a game by running with Magic and trying to defend. Because he was so great, as you know, and you know the esteem I hold Magic, at getting guys the ball in the spots where it's so easy for them to score. I think that Magic, his ability to truly make others better, like that is part of the reason that he's up there so high for me. And obviously, when he needed to, he could take over and score, but he was, the greatest of all floor generals ever. And so I think that to me means so much in his level of greatness and where it should be evaluated. That said, more time, more evaluation, it's Michael Jordan. Magic wasn't the defender Michael Jordan was. Obviously wasn't the scorer Michael Jordan was. If Michael Jordan didn't play in the triangle system, he would have had higher assist numbers. So I don't really hold that against him because nobody gets assists in the triangle.
However, I mean, but you say that, but he would get the assists, but will he get the championships? That goes your caveat, because now the triangle isn't there.
I believe that Michael Jordan was so, and obviously we have no evidence to prove this or disprove it, but I believe that he was so dominant. His skill set was so great. His winner's mentality and his single-minded obsession with winning was so great. Maybe he doesn't get 6, but he gets chips. I think he gets at least half of the ones he had. I think so.
I think he gets 3 out of 6.
At least. No, I think he at least gets 3 is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what are your thoughts on Scottie all over the place on the GOAT before we move forward?
So we had this, this segment last week. Like I said, he's like, from the interview, he sounded real undecisive. Like he wasn't truly prepared, even though these things are prepared for you long in advance. Hey, you got this interview. They're likely going to, like, your PR team or whoever your representative is, your agent should be like,
they're gonna ask you about this stuff.
They're gonna ask you about Jordan, maybe about what's going on in your personal life. Prepare for these type of questions. And the way he was answering them, it was, like I said, it's just all over the place, right? Because like on one hand, he said Michael Jordan is not the greatest of all time. It's Magic Johnson. And then he says, as you previously stated, LeBron James was the GOAT on a previous conversation. But then in this one, he said that he was better, like he would choose his career over Jordan because, not over Jordan, over LeBron James, because LeBron James ring chase, I didn't. But you were robbing the whole time. Like you would never at no point Batman. You were never Batman. Braun was Batman the entire time. So it's like, it's I don't know. What you say? You call it cognitive disarray? He's suffering from cognitive decline. Cognitive decline. It's like, which one is it, bro? Like, pick one and stick with it. Like it's just all over the place, man. That's what I got.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
How he brought a whole team. That's transcending what you can do as a player. And
still talking about
even more shots at LeBron saying, quote, my success as a team is much more successful than LeBron. I got 6 rings. I didn't chase mine. Melo, Rudy, fuck with it or fuck out of here. Need to stop giving Scottie Pippen the microphone.
Fuck with it. So Scottie, B, come on, Scottie. Come on.
I'll let you, Scottie. Come on, Melo. Talk
on, Scottie. Like, let's not do this, B. Like, you can't do this every time, though, Scottie, my nigga. Like, you done been in the bunker with MJ. You done been in the trenches with this guy. You signed up for the Breakfast Club, nigga, for 6 years. Like, you was part of that. Don't take that away from the guard now after all of these years where you, whatever feelings you feel about him. Like, nigga, that is who it is. That's MJ, nigga. Like, you know what time it is with that. As far as LeBron goes, leave that man the fuck alone. Like, leave the nigga alone, Scottie. Like, pay homage to Magic, but leave them niggas alone. Niggas is the ghost of our league, man. Those are the 3. So whatever issues you have with Bron, like, leave that shit alone, Scottie. Like, nigga, Bron ain't even thinking about you. Like, nobody even, like, matter of fact, Bron, this is a situation where Bron need to see Scottie. Because enough is a fucking enough. Like,
square up at this point.
Not even square up, but we got now you talk about man conversations.
Yeah,
Me, you gotta have a real conversation. Like, what the fuck is going on? You can't keep MJ the GOAT this day and Mike LeBron is the GOAT better than MJ this day. Oh, 6 years later, you know what? Fuck both of them niggas.
Yeah,
Magic is the GOAT.
I got it. Melo's 100% right on this. He is.
And the Oscar goes to.
Yo,
he's
I got
right,
a question for
bro.
you, though.
He's right. Go ahead.
He is right. I got a question for you, though. He says Bron need to see Scottie to do what? To do what? First of all, grown men, if you're not physically accosted, like there's nothing anyone can say to you that should provoke you to violence. But what's he gonna go see him for? They're gonna have a fight?
Have a conversation.
Have a conversation.
Have a man to man. Maybe a man to man.
No.
Oh no, he's from New York, bro. You know them. He's from Brooklyn.
Oh,
no,
Melo,
he's from Harlem.
Melo's different though. No, he's from Brooklyn.
Melo's he's from Brooklyn.
He's from Brooklyn and B-more, right? And them dudes don't play. We know this.
Yeah.
But here's the deal though. First of all, why would Melo say that? LeBron is not going to have a talk with nobody. He don't even have a talk with his teammates. He tweets some little subliminal shots at people over Twitter. LeBron don't talk to nobody. I'm not going to say he's a coward, but we will say he avoids conflict directly, right? And LeBron is not talking to nobody LeBron is not talking to anybody that he can't get traded. Let's be real here. He's not doing that. Come on, man. And Sneed, you're 100% right. No, that's exactly what I'm saying. I agree. Go see Scottie and do what? For what? Now, can somebody put me in touch with Scottie? Call him up. Hey, Scottie, man, listen. Can we have a talk? Or you in town? Can we sit down and talk? Like, man, cool. Like, what's going on, man? I feel like you're taking shots at me, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. Do that. But he need to go see Scottie. What, he going to run up on him? Hey, man, I heard you was talking about me. You know what I'm saying?
In defense of my guy, Melo, because y'all know I'm a huge Melo fan. All right. That shows you the difference in culture and where they were raised. Akron, Ohio ain't Brooklyn, New York. It ain't Baltimore, right? Melo has more that street, like, as you can tell by his conversation, you would never hear Bron have a conversation like that.
No.
You know what I mean? No, like it within that type of retrospect, because I mentioned to you before, Bron was getting bullied. He was getting bullied coming up in school, and he actually had somebody that stuck up for him and actually did, almost like his security guard in high school, right?
That's right.
He eventually gave him a job when he got out of security prison.
Now.
Yeah. He gave him a job, and now he's a multimillionaire. Put that man on for sticking up for him when he was in high school, because as you know, Bron came up without a father, so he just had his mother the entire way. So that shows you the difference between.
So you're saying that's why he's soft? That's why LeBron is like that?
I didn't say that. I didn't say that, but I'm talking about the way, like, go see Scottie. You got to go see Scottie for that. You know what I mean? So that's like, I'm not gonna say hood, but that's that rough mentality. Yeah.
You guys
have
grown,
a conversation.
Multimillionaires, get his number and have a call.
But
again, LeBron is not doing that because he doesn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, all right. Let's continue.
Nigga, Magic been the GOAT.
I respect
like,
him more.
Ain't no Magic been the GOAT.
I respect Scottie more, like you said, if he was consistent. Because one day he's saying MJ's the greatest. Another day LeBron's the greatest.
You can pay homage and respect to niggas without putting one of the like you don't. I mean, you don't really fuck with MJ.
Nah,
you really don't fuck with MJ. Just say that.
We know that.
Say all that shit for all them years.
We know that
was bullshit. I really didn't fuck with MJ. It was just all business.
It just make
say that.
It make MJ look better. Like I said earlier, it make MJ look better because he's doing all that with the hate.
Yeah.
So, question. Well, this is another one, and this is not necessarily Melo or Scottie or whoever. How come nobody actually knows what GOAT means? Because now you heard Melo in this clip saying, "Oh, all them dudes is GOATs." Michael, LeBron, Magic, all them dudes is GOATs. What? What are we talking about?
I get it.
I'm not going
because he's breaking errors.
No,
GOAT of that era. I think he's mentally breaking errors. That's the way I label him.
But you can't have a GOAT of an era because the whole thing of GOAT is greatest of all time. So you can't have a GOAT of an era. You can say the best of the era.
Yeah,
you can't say GOAT.
We don't have
the only other way you're going to say
acronym.
is, okay, if you say Magic is the GOAT point guard, Magic is the GOAT passer, you can't say Magic the GOAT player. You see what I'm saying?
Actually, you can't like GOAT G greatest of
all time.
This era. That's still GOTE.
Okay, all right, then you could do that. But you know he's not doing that. You know he's not doing that.
Like it's still gonna pronounce GOAT.
Correct, Steve. You're right. Words really don't have meaning anymore. People just say whatever.
But no, I get like he's probably he mentally did that. But I mean, because I use that too. I'll be like, man, Kobe's the greatest of all time in his era. I say GOAT. I use that conversation. I'm like, LeBron's gonna be the GOAT of this era. Jordan had his era of being a GOAT and stuff like that. So like, because it's all going to be portrayed by who was watching, what level of experience were they watching them play. That's where they're at. That's where they're going to be at. Because the next guy, you're like, no, not good enough, not good enough. Because Jordan got his, Kobe got his, Bron got his, Magic has his. You know what I mean? So everybody's going to have like, oh man, that GOAT. So that's why people like me. I see what Melo was saying because they're the GOAT to their time. Right?
No, I can't because again, the whole thing of
GOAT just a bad word now.
When Ali said it, I'm the greatest of all time, right? The greatest of he made it clear.
Period.
He's the greatest ever, the greatest of all time, right? All time. Not I'm the greatest of my era. Like when I talk about this, I say, yo, the greatest guy of this era. You and I have had this talk, and you tell me, what do you tell me? For me, Kobe is the GOAT. Cool, I can accept that. If somebody says Paul George is the GOAT, well, now I got a problem with you. Clearly, you don't know what you're talking about, right?
Hey, so what did he do?
Right.
What did he do?
I mean, you got guys saying ridiculous things. So clearly, people don't understand what the acronym GOAT is or what it means. So
it was a sidebar. It was an interview somebody had with I think it was what is that rapper's name? Jesus Christ! But they were saying like who do you feel is somebody? They was asking if somebody's a GOAT and. They responded to him, the interviewer, saying, man, the greatest of all time, man. That's tough. And the interviewer responded, said, oh, that's what GOAT mean?
What?
He didn't know what GOAT stood for. He was like, I just thought people were just saying, like, you the GOAT. Like, bad,
Come on, man.
He was like, I didn't know what that mean. He was like, for real? He was like, I do now. I'm like, bro, you're asking the question. You don't even know what GOAT means.
Right.
He's like, I didn't even know what that meant. Greatest of all time. He's like, oh man, that's dope.
Yeah.
This young generation is crazy, dog. I'm gonna find that clip and I'm gonna send it to you.
Facts. Edward, listen, if I'm Melo and my son said Paul George is the GOAT, I'm kicking you out of my house.
Bro,
not because I expect you to say I'm the GOAT, but because you grew up around basketball. I'm Melo. I'm a Jordan brand guy. You've met Michael Jordan, right? So I'm like, you seriously? Even if Melo's son says LeBron is the GOAT, okay, whatever. But at least that's more viable than freaking Paul George, right? Come on, man. Like you're embarrassing me and what I've taught you about this game by making a statement like that. And I don't believe Paul George is a bum. I think he's a really good player.
Yeah, I think he's a good player.
He's a very good player.
Yeah.
Yes. But GOAT? What are we doing here? What are we doing?
Because I would have asked him, give me one of his greatest moments. Give me one.
The only thing I'll say, not specific, is that he led the Clippers to their only conference finals appearance in franchise history. I will always give him give him props for that. Kawhi was hurt as usual, and he got them there. Now, could he get him over the hump? Little much to ask, but exactly, Woodage. Exactly. Like, this is the type of stuff that people say. Like, come on, man.
Work.
Come on, man. So anyway, but yeah, so Carmelo and Rudy and their partner, it was very interesting. They had a lot to say. Like I said, this clip was about 7 minutes long, but I didn't want to be back and forth playing it all day. But I really thought it was interesting. He's like, come on, Scottie. And everybody's having the same reaction now. Like, Scottie, you're a 50 greatest guy, widely regarded as one of the best players ever, and you're out here like a clown. Real talk. You're out here like a clown, making yourself look dumb. Come on, man.
It just looks it's backwards. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if Jordan didn't come out with The Last Dance, I wonder what we would say about Scottie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what would Scottie be saying? Not what we say. Right. Scottie, no, I got what would Scottie be saying? Because I was saying
before when he was holding up his shoe, pointing at it and saying, "Come back."
You know what I mean? Because like everything changed the moment the pandemic hit, and Jordan said, "I'm gonna drop this now."
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Pippen ain't been the same since.
Mm-hmm.
It's been conversation after conversation where he's changing the topic of who's the greatest, what motivated him, what it was like playing against Jordan, how they wasn't really friends. They were just associates on the court. They played ball together. Like the whole conversation changed. But I never not been friends with a guy, and I jumped full body and arms into his body as he held me while we won a championship.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, we got to be some type of friends, brother. I'm not hugging random men.
I'm carrying
like
you
that,
off
bro. I'm not carrying these men off the court. Right. Like, we got to be some type of friends.
Facts.
Yeah. So yeah, it's weird, bro.
Yeah, it's not a good look at all, man. He just seems so bitter and so bitter and angry. And again, I don't like when dudes come out and flat out lie and say stuff as if we haven't heard him say other things, and if your other comments aren't easily accessible. That's problematic to me. Just ask LeBron. You know what I'm saying?
I just need him to just flat out say, I did not like The Last Dance.
And I didn't like the way I was portrayed.
I didn't like the way I was portrayed. Flat out say, I don't agree with everything Michael Jordan said.
Right. All of a sudden, Jordan was a horrible player. Y'all saw him before I got there.
Because now it's just like everything you say now is just like,
it sounds like you got to act
just bitter about it. Yeah.
Facts. You got anything else to add? And then we go ahead and real quick, if you're here in the chat, I appreciate you being here. If you're watching the show, make sure you hit that like and subscribe on YouTube. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate it.
I'm gonna go ahead and open up the phone lines here. I'm surprised we haven't heard from Bruce yet. 8264. Let's go ahead. Anybody wants to call in and give your thoughts on Scottie Pippen and his comments and how Melo and Rudy Gay reacted to him? Go ahead and call in and let us know your thoughts on it. Like I said, I think it's just sad, man. Honestly, Transform, it's sad. No, and don't get me wrong, it can't be easy watching, his ex-wife out here parading around with with their son's teammate, and then with Michael Jordan's son. Like, what are you doing, lady? Like, there's some people are gonna say, "Oh, you're sexist. She can do whatever she wants." Yeah, she can do whatever she wants, but
shut up.
If that was a man, he'd be getting excoriated for that. You know, and I know.
Exactly.
On, that's real. Up. Man, what are you doing?
Come on, like there's bounds.
Yeah,
there's rules to the unwritten rules to this thing. Like, for example, you never dated your homeboy's ex-girlfriend.
Right.
It's a rule.
Right, you don't do that. Right. Here goes Edward. Let's take this call. Edward, what's up, man?
Bruce, what's going on with you, brother?
Maintaining, fam. How you?
Transform, how you doing, man?
What's going on, Eddie?
Man, good, man. Bruce, you calm down, brother.
Yeah, man. I'm doing better, man.
Good, bro.
Yeah, Transforming did me dirty today, but that's okay though. That's okay. I had to get my moments apparently.
No, man, but that the Melo situation when it hit with Scottie, I mean, he's right. That was a mic drop, man. I was talking about it in the comments that, man, ever since that Last Dance documentary dropped, man, it's just been down for Scottie. I mean, I don't know. He's been drinking that hand sanitizer. I don't know what's going on.
Hand sanitizer is funny as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I feel bad for him. And the crazy thing about it, me and him share the same birthday, man.
Mm.
I'm like, Golly.
Me and Kevin Durant share the same birthday. 10 years apart, but same birthday.
Oh, wow, man. That's what's up, bro.
That's not what's up, man. That dude is mentally weak. That's not what's up. Anyway, carry on.
That boy got, you better hustle before he put his burner account on you.
Facts.
Burner account.
Hey, yeah, he might end up doing that, so be careful, bro.
I know, right?
But, yeah, man, I agree with Melo, man. I mean, it's there. I watched that whole European, which is like, it was a good, very good podcast.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I watched that. So when he said that, then I think it was something else he said in there too. Like, he was saying that everybody now the GOAT, Bruce, you got to give it up. Yeah, you say it, man. Everybody's GOAT is different, man.
That's okay.
Everybody's. But you have a problem with it, though. So
no. What I'm saying is, I don't have a problem with the fact that some people may view basketball differently and value different things, right? But there's a level that you have to be on to even be in that discussion, right? Transformers says the GOAT is Kobe. I disagree, but I'm like, that's not ridiculous. I think Bruce says the GOAT is LeBron. I disagree. I do think it's ridiculous.
I was about to say, you think it's ridiculous, though.
But he's done enough to have worked himself into the argument, right? Some people say Kareem is the GOAT. Okay, I disagree, but there's a strong argument. If somebody says Magic is the GOAT, I disagree, but okay, I can see it. If somebody says Paul George is the GOAT, that's just stupid. Plain and simple. Just dumb. No.
Yeah, they looking at him as he played both ends on the court, and this was before the USA when he broke his leg. I mean, you got the kids saying that he is they his GOAT.
Where are the MVPs? Where are the All NBA selections? Where are the championships? Like, it's not just you got to have all the things, right?
A resume.
Thank you, Transformer.
You got to have a resume. Right. I can't say I'm the greatest of anything, but I don't hold none of the top accolades that come along with what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Okay, but everybody is not going. I mean, okay, so with MJ being so you don't have no problem with nobody saying MJ is the GOAT.
Well, he is the GOAT, so no, I don't have a problem with that.
Okay, but I didn't watch MJ in the 80s. Mm-hmm. I watched highlights on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my goal, and this is me. My goal was Allen Iverson.
Yeah, but how? And the reason I say that, I understand he's an all-time great player, but how? Because there's so much stuff missing from the resume, right? So again, how?
Okay, it was the way he changed. He had the cornrows, man. He made the swag look good.
So that's more culture driven. You can't measure culture, bro. You can't measure culture. That's not a stat. So he culturally drove you.
I liked his game. I mean, he do have an MVP. He did take he took the Sixers to the tip, even though they didn't win. And that step over on Ty Lue, that killed it. His crossover. I mean, the cornrows. This is my personal opinion. Okay, this is my opinion. This is mine. That was like my goal. That's my goal.
So you said so Iverson. So the Iverson for you is who impacted your life a little bit better. But when it comes to basketball, like let's stick between the lines, inside the lines.
I mean, he was his crossovers. It was his crossover. It was all that.
Did it equate to winning though, Sean?
I mean, yeah, he did. He did win. He
won what? Won what?
He won an MVP, and he won he went to the tip. Like I said, he lost.
I'm
not looking at this because man, I don't have to have MJ as my goal like everybody else does.
That's
it
not
doesn't have to be MJ, but it's like have somebody
his resume is missing stuff, is what we're saying. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's missing that, but like, hey, I didn't watch MJ in the 80s. Now I only watched him like in his second repeat. I didn't watch the first repeat, so I can understand that. I mean, Melo, my second favorite player. I know he don't have the accolades except for the USA Olympics. I mean, hey, USA Melo, Hoodie Melo. I get it,
Hey, Hoodie Melo was a dog.
So here's what I'm hearing from you, Edward. And again, I respect the fact that these guys are your favorite players. There's a difference between a favorite player and a GOAT. I'm not sure how people keep missing that. So Hakeem Olajuwon, y'all already know.
Hakeem, your dream.
Hakeem, your dream.
That's my favorite player of all time without question. Is he in the GOAT argument? No, he's not. But he's my favorite player. There's a difference between your favorite player and the GOAT or being in the GOAT argument. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
okay, I see what you're saying.
That's what I'm trying to say, where I say a lot of people don't realize what GOAT means.
Now, if you had, now would you have somebody saying Bill Russell is their GOAT?
I wouldn't say that.
You would have to be
some of the old timers who might say that, but even though most of the old timers would say it's Oscar Robertson or Wilt Chamberlain. That's what the old timers say. So I don't think I've ever heard anyone say Bill Russell is the GOAT. I mean, obviously, is without question he's the greatest.
Would you have a problem with somebody said that in the old timers, like you said, would come out and said that that's their GOAT? I think Dr. J, he said something about his favorite was he even have MJ in his top 10.
No, he said his top 5. He said MJ is on his MJ's on his second 5. So the reason I think that is, right, I think there's 2 reasons for that. Obviously, I've never spoken to Doc J. I can't speak to it definitively. I think part of the reason for it, right, a lot of times we look at the guys that we saw coming up. And who did he see coming up? Dr. J entered professional basketball, I want to say in 1969 or 1970, right in there, right? So that means his formative years was what? He was born probably around 1949 or something like that. So his formative years watching basketball, who is he really seeing? He's seeing Kareem. He's seeing Oscar Robertson. He's seeing Jerry West. These are the guys he's seeing. So these are the guys that affect him, right? And so these are the guys that's why they're on his first 5. And so also it's hard realistically, I think, to put guys that you competed against directly on the GOAT list, right? And also I think Dr. J believes, and this is just my personal opinion. Again, I've never spoken to the guy. I need to reach out to him and try to get him. Anyway, Dr. J, man, shut up, man. I think he believes that if he played against Jordan prime for prime, I think he believes he was better than him. And, you know, all the great players feel that way. So that's why I think he doesn't have Jordan as the GOAT, because they were directly competitive against one another. And he never got to see him when he was at his absolute best. Like ABA Dr. J was a terror. You know what I'm saying? So I think that has something to do with it.
Okay, you're right. That does make sense, though. Especially now, I can see what you think I was coming from, because those are my favorite players. I mean, look, MJ, yes, of course, he is the GOAT. I mean, I get it, but I'm just saying, for me personally, like, those were my favorite players. It's just like with Transformer Kobe. That's his GOAT, even though he can make an argument for it, but that's who he loved watching. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
but you could love a player. You could love watching a player, and that doesn't make him the GOAT. I love watching Richmond. He's not an argument. I love watching Barkley, one of my all-time favorite players. Not in that.
Watching Melo play.
Larry Bird, one of my all-time favorite players. Not in the GOAT argument. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's a difference. That's all.
That's the difference between GOAT and favorite player.
Correct.
Like, if like GOAT meaning like you can bring evidence to the table the way you can have a conversation that you place them in any era or against any opposer that they have a better resume, right? Favorite player is what you're describing with Allen Iverson and Carmelo Anthony. That's the difference between favorite player and GOAT. You can't bring Iverson into no conversation where he's the greatest of anything.
They were some dogs, though, man. Come on,
that's
man.
okay, and I'm not saying they wasn't. Right. I'm not saying that they wasn't, but there's nobody's putting them in that upper echelon of Mount Rushmore or nothing like that. They're not in that conversation. No. So at that point, that's what we mean by like difference between GOAT and favorite player. My favorite player and GOAT is Kobe Bryant, but then I also have favorite players like Melo, stuff like that. They wasn't able to really get to that top, or was never considered the face of the league or the forefront of the league. Like the league was on their shoulders for quite some time, right? Iverson was never there. He almost got there, but he met this guy named Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal, and it kind of just destroyed everything after that.
Already took care of that.
And nobody on that team was, man. Who else was, man? Don't even get me started with that. That's crazy. But man, that's all I want to say. And Bruce, man, again, man. Hey, good channel, y'all. Y'all hit the like and subscribe button. Man, y'all get prayers out to Bruce, man. We had a rough week last week.
Terrible week last week, man.
and I'm not going to sit here and talk about just because the Lakers Boston, that was a regular season game, bumped it. If they lost, all these independent content creators would have talked about the Lakers are not a legit contender team. They can't beat. Nah.
Well,
I'm not looking at it just a regular season game.
I want to make it clear that you didn't hear that from me.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
But if they, I'm just saying though, if they lost, man, hey, yo, it would have been all chaos, man. It would have been all chaos.
Probably.
They ain't talking about winning, so
right.
It's crazy. But man, hey, keep watching, man. Hey, I'm gonna keep listening.
Hey, thank you, Edward.
Blessed Sunday.
Hey, I appreciate the call. You too, my brother.
And also, man, Bruce, I ain't get your feedback on that DM I sent you on that IG, man, about what I was talking about with Lamar being a James Harden and all that.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna go back and check it. I'm gonna get back with you.
Yeah, he said he'll respond to it when you come on the podcast in that Ravens jersey. Ooh, did I miss?
Yeah, I keep.
My bad. Turning my mic off.
Yeah, he trying to hide from that. Thank you, man. We need. That's right. Yeah.
Hey, Transformer. Hey, B, come on, man. Hey, come on, bro. I didn't
make the bet.
Man, yay high. You know what I mean? Hey, today. So we got stories now. We're not gonna go there. All right?
We do need to do that though. We need to do that before the season ends.
Why you trying to do that, Dad?
I keep saying it and I keep getting wrapped up in other things and forgetting we gonna make that happen very soon.
But Bruce, yo, hold on, bro. I sent the video, man.
No. That wasn't the bet, brother.
No,
I appreciate the video though, but that wasn't the bet.
That's like me saying, like, let's bet $500, but I'm like, man, it's 200, bro. 200 is good. No,
that wasn't the bet.
The bet was 500.
Right.
Where the rest of my money?
Right.
Yeah.
My money at.
All right, man. Let me keep watching the show, bro. I'm gonna get off.
All right, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for the call, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all. Okay, so I guess that was it. Did we have any more calls? Bruce looked like he disappeared, or he might be waiting till the end. He likes to do that.
Hey, he's our recap guy. Like, hey, man, the recap, man. All right, man, back to Bruce's nightmare. Like, wait, what?
Sneed. All right, let's get this. Sneed, what's good, my brother?
What up, Bruce? What up, Transformer?
What's happening? What's happening?
Appreciate you guys taking the call. Hey, listen, man. There's certain qualifiers you have to be considered for any type of GOAT consideration. Cornrows is not one of them, sir. I'm going to make sure that we say this on the air, please, because we have to restore credibility to this broadcast. Thank you.
No. What we did,
that brother said was cornrows, sir. I just want to make sure we prioritize what's considered for GOATness.
We separated cultural impact from GOAT player.
Yeah.
We separated. We let them know that that's two separate things. My bad, Steve. We're gonna get you after this call, man. My bad. Yeah.
All right.
Did you say that? I didn't see it.
All right. So structure, right?
Yes,
you have to put structure to these conversations. So what's categorically important to being considered at least a great of all time, right?
Winning.
And then the conversations become nuanced because you start splitting hairs in specific things.
Mm-hmm.
There's certain things you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
There's certain levels you must reach.
Mm-hmm.
You know, basketball is one of those sports where I don't want to say it's individual. It's still a team sport.
Right.
But it's easy. It's more impactful because it's 1 out of 5 on the floor.
Yes.
So you can impact the game in major ways. Possession after possession after possession.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, boom, boom. It's like you're there every moment of the game, impacting the game, right? So what do we see from guys that are considered to be the greatest of all time at their positions in their eras? Whatever the conversation is, people are going to move the goalposts. But the certain things remain for all these greats. You have league scoring titles. You have MVPs of the league. You have NBA Finals MVPs. You have championship runs. You have all-star appearances. You have all-team NBA appearance recognition.
First team. Gotta be first team.
All these things. Yes, I understand. But if someone has like 10, 11, 12 all-NBA first teams and has like 3 second teams, maybe in their later years, and won Defensive Player of the Year, and won multiple champions, like these qualify you in those considerations. So that's where I'm going with this. We can't just say cornrows and culture and all this. It's just not a qualifier.
Right.
Yeah, but you gotta let me take you back to, because I'm from the streets, bro. So I'm gonna break it down to why I see a lot of why you hear that type of talk. When you coming up in the hood and that's all you see, you look at somebody who's related to you, right? You think about the things that I can't go out and look like Jordan. I'm not bald. Like I don't have that type of that aura or that mentality, like wearing baggy suits and stuff like that. Like that wasn't my forte. But when Iverson or Mike Vick, the cornrow and stuff like that, when you can look like me and that's all I see coming up in the streets, then that's who you're gonna go to, right? Like that'll be your go. Like, man, Mike Vick was a GOAT. You know what I mean? Because that's all culturally I saw. Like I didn't have the I couldn't look. I didn't look at Peyton Manning saying like, oh, Peyton Manning, like, well, they're supposed to do that. And that's Peyton Manning, right? But Mike Vick came up in the streets, you know what I mean, and went out there and showcased for my skin complexion. That's why I hear that a lot. And when I break it down to where I try to separate, like, hey, instead of culture, like culture is more of a favorite player. Right. Now let's bring your like, okay, what can I bring to the table to knock these guys off of Mount Rushmore? Like, who's on Mount Rushmore? What's my case against them statistically, accolades, in between the lines? Culture is a favoritism. That's favorite. I can't measure culture on a spreadsheet. I can't measure culture. You know what I mean? I can only tell you what I've been through, or what I saw in the streets and coming up where I came from. You know what I mean? So yeah.
And because it can't be measured, and because it doesn't have any type of categorical comparisons, it's not really appropriate for these types of conversations. Agreed. It's really not. Well, you know what I'm saying? The conversation literally has to go, my favorite player. If it doesn't start that way and it's a discussion about GOATs and all this other stuff, it literally, the conversation stops right there. I mean, there are many conversations that you'll have with people. They tell you from the beginning, from the onset, they don't know how to properly evaluate what they're about to say. They really don't.
So let's look at,
they're not.
I'm sorry, guys. No, I was saying, let's look at it this way. For me, when I look at the GOAT, right, criteria is this: accolades, stats. So accolades covering awards, accolades, stats, winning, and eye test. So eye test is not quantifiable, right? But you know what you're seeing. And then, of course, awards, what people think of you, what you've done.
Carrying the league.
Right.
How many times, like, how often was the league on your shoulders?
Right. Or face, even just watching somebody playing, watching them consistently dominate the competition and what they can do.
Yeah, but you can quantify how many seasons a player was the top of the league. When they were the superstar of the league, they're winning championships. They were making all these runs. They're winning MVPs. Like, being top of the game is actually quantifiable. And you can even take it one step further, as being a star plays into this too, right? Because you have to win to be a star. You can't become your full star without winning championships, because we saw that for a long time. Like, LeBron was in Kobe's shadow. That is undeniable. He was in Kobe's shadow until he won championships. When he started winning, it leveled up his stardom. And then it put him in conversations with elite players all time.
Even in the puppet commercial, he was in the shadow.
It's all quantifiable.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No. I was saying, like, I was agreeing with him. Like, even in the puppet commercials, Braun was in Kobe's shadow. You know, Kobe be like, "Where's my championship rings?"
As a child, they portrayed him as a child, and Kobe was this veteran champion. He had resolve. He was, you know how they portrayed him like he was experienced and seasoned and calm, and like, that's, you get what I'm saying? Like, you have to get there. You know, it's all part of that. And you know, like, so here's how I do it, Bruce. You know, you're talking about the different thing. The game, you just take the way the game is played. There's an offensive side of the game where you have to score, or you help your teammates score. That's part of greatness too. There's the defensive side of the ball. There's individual defense. There's team defense. There's rebounding. There's holding teams to one possession, then going and getting buckets.
Right.
The game is fundamental.
You would think so.
And it can always go back to that. Like, turnovers cost your team games. Why is that not part of the conversation? Like, valuing possession. and making smart decisions with. There's so much that can go into it that is part of the game that people overlook because that's too technical for whatever reason. They think it's technical, and look, I personally believe when I look at these elements, all NBA, all defensive, I look at scoring titles, but I also look at like how they were able to score. You know what I'm saying? Like if a player can only score on one level and I got a guy who could score on 3 levels and average the same amount of points, that's eye test, Bruce. They both averaged 28 a game, but who could score in crunch time because they had a bag?
Right.
Because
Absolutely.
they had a hook shot, because they had a 15-footer, because they made 85% free throws, because they could make a 20-footer, because they could shoot over the other team's best defender. They put their best defender on him, and he still scored 35.
Are you trying to say something right now, Snead?
No,
he can't because that guy has he's proven he can do it. So he ain't talking about Bron. I know that much.
As you see it, sir. Absolutely. So I'm just saying
about Bron. And facts don't add up.
That's part of the eye test. I can look at the NBA playoffs averages, crunch time, important games, gravity. Like these guys have bro, this is all on record. These games were recorded. We can watch them all. People are just lazy.
Agreed.
That's what it boils down to. They just don't want to have nuanced conversation about the things that actually matter. They just want to feed into narratives. A lot of the conversations can end very quickly when you start talking about technical performances in games that really matter.
So
that's kind of where I'm going with mine.
So Snead, I agree with you wholeheartedly, man. I'm gonna respond to this and then we're gonna move on to the next call. And I agree with you on this. However, I know, and most people don't think of things that way. People just, facts don't matter, right? We know this. It's all about how people feel. And so it doesn't matter what you demonstrate to them, what you expose to them. If they feel a certain way, they're going to hold on to that. And that just is what it is.
That's where the cultural aspect comes in. People look at things culturally versus actually, statistically, and things like that. The numbers don't matter. It's all about how'd you make me feel watching you play. That's when I say favorite.
I will always go back to winners being winners, to the great ones always playing great when it was on them, and so many things are quantifiable and they can be stacked up against each other and compared directly, but people just don't want to do that because it exposes what they feel as opposed to what's real. That's all I'll say. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Happy Sunday to you guys.
Appreciate
you, bro. Appreciate Steve.
Yeah, I was the only player that Steve, go ahead. Call us back, man. We're here.
1 point.
That was a great call by Snead. As
yes, sir.
Yeah, he got it. I like the way he looks at things. He's very methodical and very technical in his assessments. Steve, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm good, bro. How's everybody doing on your end?
We're well, man. We are well. Thank you.
I'm alive.
Good. What up, Transformer? Hey, what touchdown Jesus ever do to you, man? Come on, man. That was brutal.
It was brutal. It was.
Oh, unnecessary. Unnecessary roughness on touchdown.
Don't flag. Don't flag. Don't flag, Steve. Don't flag.
15 yards. Penalty block. Oh, damn. Oh, shit. Anyway, real quick. The actual topic. Melo was right. Melo was right for the way he responded to Pip. 100%. Pip's all over the place. Pip sounds like a broken man. I actually feel bad for the dude.
I don't.
I can understand that, but as far as the brokenness, man, a grown man has to see his ex-wife with his former teammates. That's
crazy work.
That's
Steve.
tough on anybody. I think that goes into the brokenness. But what we're all talking about, damn it, words have meaning. Like GOAT. We're talking about the GOAT. It's a singular thing. And people are using this the subjective definition of it, which is fine, but they're twisting it to dilute the meaning of GOAT, greatest of all time. So when you have, like, I agree with Melo when he said the Pitt, but I don't agree when he was saying, like, oh, this guy's a GOAT, this guy's a GOAT, this guy's a GOAT. Like, well, no. Now you're taking away from the meaning, the title. The GOAT is a title. So it's like, sure, people can have subjective views on this. But the problem is, what we're doing is we're conflating, like you said, it's like we're in this society, we're in this culture now where it's like, you can have my truth. Well, it's like, no, there's one objective truth.
Thank you.
And they're conflating this with this GOAT conversation.
Right.
Like Transformer was spitting. He was saying, you know, what you're meaning is my favorite player.
Right.
Which is fine to have that subjective view on somebody that you particularly enjoy. The problem is, though, objectively, your favorite player ain't the GOAT.
Right.
So it's like when someone says my GOAT, you're basically saying, well, my truth,
my favorite player,
is more than the objective truth.
Right.
I mean, like, shout out Kobe, shout out Magic, shout out LeBron. Like, if somebody wants to argue subjectively that LeBron is the GOAT, I'll happily have that conversation.
Right.
In basketball circles,
yes.
in the basketball world, it's objectively true. MJ's the GOAT. You know, MJ's the GOAT. I would say if you were to poll most people, they would all come to the conclusion, it's like, yes, given these metrics that we want to apply, MJ's the GOAT. But the problem is now we're in this society, like I think you were just saying with Snead, is facts don't really matter.
Nope.
Everybody's personal truth, meaning feelings, trump the objective reality, which takes away from the substance of the topic. And that's where it's like, damn it, words have meaning, and we don't live in that society anymore. I don't know what happened. I don't know how we get back to it, but it's wild.
There you go.
I like that.
There you go.
Damn it, Trey Porter. How you got to talk about touchdown Jesus like that, man?
Hey, man.
The game was bad enough. The game was bad enough.
It was a bad week for Bruce, man. But I just wanted to bring us all together, right? Bring the people together to come for Bruce, right? To be the shoulder, Steve. Sometimes you got to be that shoulder, but you got to let out all the aggression on the forefront, right? Like at AA meeting, you have to explain, hi, I'm Brian Bass. I'm here because I like alcohol, right? You get the bad stuff out the way. Then after that, they open the arms and like, boom, all right? They bring you in, they calm you down. That's what I just did for Bruce. I had to let him know, like, all this bad stuff is happening, but we're here for you. We're here for you. Oh,
that's what it was.
Right?
I don't think that's why you did that.
What?
I don't think that's why you did that.
What you mean?
I think you just did that because you enjoyed it.
What?
What
no,
Yeah,
absolutely not. No.
He's out here, Bruce. Co-host and now therapist. Oh, man.
Right.
That's not true. That's not at all true.
I don't want to take up any more time, fellas. Blessings to you both. Have a great Sunday. I'm ready for some football.
That's right. Thank you, Steve, man. I appreciate the call, my brother. Have a good one.
All right, fellas. Take care.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, those were some good calls, man. People had a lot to say. I enjoyed that topic. That was good. All right, let's get to the last one, and then we'll get up out of here. Everybody can enjoy some brunch before. What time is the first game? 3:00, right?
3:30. I believe it's
3:30.
3:30.
Yeah, and I believe that's the Eagles Commanders, right?
Correct.
All right. Oh, that's a good one. All right.
3:00. You're right. 3:00. 3:00.
Yeah. Marco Rangel, what's good? I think you maybe I haven't seen you here before, man. So I appreciate you stopping in. Yeah. I appreciate you stopping in. So Jamarcus Russell, make sure you hit that like and subscribe for me, please. I'd really appreciate that. And if you enjoy the commentary, make sure you share the channel with other people that you know that love good sports talk, man. And if you just got in here, man, later on, go back and watch the replay of this. And I'll also cut it up and make separate shows out of it, so you could do it that way. Whatever works for you. But appreciate you being here. All right, Pete Carroll, Raiders. So we've seen, and that's the first one we're going to discuss, but we're actually going to discuss 3 separate coaching hires. Well, got a number, right? Well, did we already talk about? We talked about
the DCs from Aaron Glenn and
okay, so we talked about that.
Ben Johnson. We talked about Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson. We haven't talked about Liam Coen, Mike Vrabel, Pete Carroll, and Brian Schottenheimer.
Yeah, that's Marty Schottenheimer's son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's his son. Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. Okay.
yeah.
Huh.
Damn, Laker Nation. He's a savage.
Cali boy is different, boy.
Right. Because football is he mad because the 49ers are out. Okay.
Like, hey, why they top? Let's talk about what's happening in San Francisco.
Yeah. All right, so we'll start with what you see on the thumbnail, man. Pete Carroll was just hired as the Raiders' new head coach. And everyone's making a big deal out of this, that he's the oldest coach in NFL history. I think he's 73.
73, yep.
But here's the deal, though. Like, does this dude look 73 to you?
He don't act like he's 73 on the practice field.
Yeah, he's running around and moving. Like, he's one of those guys. He's an older guy that clearly stays active and is clearly still, very, very much involved. And so I think that, sometimes they say as you age, the more you do, it keeps you young, right?
Yeah.
And so you see a guy like Pete Carroll, man. First of all, for as much as he chews chewing gum, he must be really angry at it, man, because he chomps on that thing like he's
stale.
Right?
Stale's gum.
I never seen somebody chew so hard. I'm like, damn, like he's really cool. But no, right, throw the sides up.
God dang, man.
Yeah, when Pete Carroll got fired from the Seahawks, a year ago, a lot of people thought that he wasn't going to get another job in the NFL because of his age and etc. But I kind of knew, Laker Nation, you're my guy. I kind of knew that that Pete Carroll was going to get another job. This is a guy who is college national champion. Was he only one of two guys, right, to win a college national championship in the Super Bowl? Maybe three. Did Barry Switzer win a college national championship with Oklahoma?
No.
Very short list, regardless.
I think he made it there. I don't think he won, though. Did he win?
Okay. Let's find out. But anyway, very short list of players who have ever won a college national championship and a Super Bowl. And so you look at a guy like Pete Carroll. Obviously, he went to the Super Bowl twice with Seattle. Had a great run as their head coach. Also had a great run as the USC head coach, and also did a great job when he left USC and came to Seattle in terms of building that team up and recruiting talent. Now, a big part of that was he had just come out of college. So most of the guys that he was drafting or involved in the drafting of were guys that he had tried to recruit to USC, right? Yep. So he kind of knew where the talent was, but you saw the longer he was in the league, the more that fell off, his ability to draft effectively. And that makes sense, right? Because you're away from recruiting it, right? Yep. You're not directly involved. So you see a guy like Pete Carroll, again, really good over his tenure with Seattle. Eventually that wore out. But now he's got, I think he's got a 5-year deal in, 5 years, he's going to be 78. But he's got a 5-year deal in with the Raiders in Las Vegas. But I think, to me, that's probably more of an effort to stabilize the team for the next guy. I don't know if they believe they can win a championship with him, but okay. Were we on the same page with that?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
110%. 110%.
Right. And I don't know if they're directly saying that, but they're like, okay, we get a big guy in here.
Placeholder.
Right, a placeholder, but a guy who
the next guy
can really coach, and when the time comes, the team will be in a good place. The only thing I'll say about that, and we got to be 100% honest here, right? Antonio Pierce got screwed. He got screwed royally, right? Because even if you look at it, the Raiders did not win a lot of games this year, but they were competitive in damn near every game. They went to Baltimore and beat the Ravens. But they were competitive in damn near every game, almost beat the Chiefs twice. I think it took like a blocked field goal in the first one for them for the Chiefs to get out of there with a win.
Yep.
And so we know that Antonio Pierce is a good coach, right? But you trade away Devontae Adams, okay, your number one weapon on offense. Yeah, you had Brock Bowers, okay, cool. But you trade away Devontae Adams, you could have had him and Brock Bowers. You go into the season basically making Antonio Pierce a lame duck coach because you ensured that he wouldn't have a quarterback. You left him to work all year with Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew. Come on, man.
What am I supposed to do?
Man.
Yep.
Right. You could have drafted a quarterback, right? You could have drafted Michael Penix Jr. Well, I don't know.
I don't think they was that high.
Right. I don't think they were that high. But okay, you could have traded up and got him. You could have traded up and got Penix, right? Even if you wanted, let's just say Kirk Cousins, you could have done something to get this guy
give
a better
him
quarterback situation.
Quarterback. Give him a fair shake. Give him a fair shake.
There you go. Go ahead, man.
Like, it's hard. It's hard for me to produce a show that I can do a great job of where I'm at when you don't give me the tools. If you was asking me to build a house and you gave me a hammer and a screwdriver and no wood, how am I supposed to build your house?
What I'm supposed to do?
What am I supposed to do? So yeah, man, yeah, he was definitely screwed. I'm not finishing here and judge a coach when I don't give him the artillery to be great.
Yeah, for real.
That doesn't make sense.
Right.
And obviously, I'm showing you that I'm doing the best I can with what I got. You guys gave me a rookie. I made that guy runner-up for rookie of the year. I made that kid runner-up for rookie of the year. I put him in the system. I'm showing we could play through this guy. After you traded my former number one guy.
Right.
So he's gone. So cool. I got you a new number one just like that. Brock Bowers is a freaking surefire first team all pro, a future first team all pro. Right. Boom. Give me a quarterback. Give me a weapon. Aiden O'Connell? Really? Gardner Minshew, the journeyman? Really? What do you want me to do with that, bro? Give me a quarterback, and if I don't succeed with that quarterback in the first 3 years, boom, you can get me up out of there. But at least give me a fair shake.
Yeah, no doubt. You know, I'm gonna have you run a military police company, but you don't get a taser, you don't get mace, you don't get pistols, you don't get a baton.
You get a fly swatter.
Go out there and run that company. Make sure you do your job. What am I supposed to do here?
it's insane, man.
But
to Pete Carroll, like I said, I 100% agree with what you're saying. I feel like he's just a placeholder for now. Get a name in there. Maybe nurture the next coach. Maybe their OC or DC. Maybe the guy that they want. But like, give him a little bit more experience. Put him, put Pete Carroll in front of him. Let him learn from Pete Carroll, and then we may elevate this guy.
Maybe Pete Carroll's not thinking about it that way. Pete Carroll is going to be like, yo, I'm trying to hold this job as long as I can. Because he's got plenty of money, but obviously he loves coaching in the NFL, right? So
clearly he does. Because at 73, I'm on a boat somewhere
chilling.
73? I ain't got time for these guys, but that shows his love and dedication for football, and I can respect that so much. Though I never cheer for Pete because it's like,
oh my gosh,
he should not be named.
Push, Jesus Christ! All right, but no. Here's the other thing, right? This is a weird situation because they hired Pete Carroll. They have no general manager. No. Matter of fact, I'm sorry. They
got Chucky.
No. They just hired John Spytek as general manager.
Who you talking about?
Supposed to be good. The Raiders.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I'm thinking of the owner, Chucky.
Yeah, they just hired this guy, John Spytek. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see what the Raiders actually do in terms of building a more competitive roster. Because Pete Carroll's used to working with guys who can play, right? That's part of how Seattle got to be as good as they were. He built up a crazy defense. He had a young quarterback. He didn't put too much on him and ran the football. So, I don't get it. No, Snead, I agree. I don't think Pete Carroll is preparing the next coach. I think that the Raiders don't expect Pete Carroll to win a Super Bowl. He's preparing the organization for the next coach. I think that's maybe a better way to look at it. That's my thought on the Pete Carroll thing. It should be interesting though. And now you know what that makes me realize. Now you have maybe the best coach division in the NFL, the AFC West.
But all the old timers.
Pete Carroll, Jim Harbaugh, Andy Reid, and what's the last one? Sean Payton.
Sean Payton. There you go. How about
so you have three Super Bowl winning coaches in that division alone, and then Jim Harbaugh, a national championship coach.
They hold all the oldest quarterbacks in the league. I mean, oldest coaches. Yeah.
Andy Reid. Well, I don't know how old Sean Payton is. He probably.
Sean Payton. I think he about to be. He got to be in his 60s. I think.
Yeah, I think so. Regardless, though, that's a good one. I think that's a well-coached division, man. You're going to see some definite competition over there, man. Again, the Raiders they need to work together. Obviously, Pete Carroll in tandem with
61. 61.
Okay, there you go. With the scouts and that GM to build that roster up. That's got to be key. And I mean, that's key in any organization, but especially with a new coach coming in, and you know what his philosophy is going to be. They want a fast, agile defense, and I'm sure he's going to try to rebuild some reincarnation of the Legion of Boom. But obviously that's easier said than done, right? They had elite guys all over the place, especially in that secondary. So we'll see. So yeah, Pete Carroll is he's a new head coach of the Raiders. Thought that was interesting. So let's go to what's the next head coach you want to go to?
Let's go to where we currently sit.
Let's do it.
Let's talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars.
This hire was kind of weird, man.
It was shady for Liam.
It was shady. That's right. Shady. He had some stuff going on that ain't cool.
It was a little controversy when it comes to his conversations with the Buccaneers. If you guys didn't know, he was the offensive coordinator for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Liam Coen, I'm sorry. He was brought over to Jacksonville, I believe last Tuesday for his first interview. I believe it was Tuesday. Correct me if my days are wrong. I believe he had his first interview Tuesday with the Jaguars' former GM, Bulkey. Trent Bulkey.
Yeah.
Trent Bulkey. That was left in disarray very, very fast as Liam got on that plane and said, "No, I am not coaching for this football team." Didn't say anything else, but the Jacksonville Jaguars immediately fired Trent Bulkey.
So real quick to that point, Transformer, look how many coaches they've lost out on because of Trent Bulkey, right? Remember the last hiring cycle before they hired Doug Peterson, what's my guy's name? Played quarterback in Marshall, Byron Leftwich, Super Bowl winning OC, right? He was in the running for the job, but he said he doesn't want to work with Bulkey. He wants to bring, he wanted his GM, and he didn't get the job because of Trent Bulkey. There's a number of candidates who pulled out, because of Trent Bulkey. They didn't want to deal with this guy. And finally, Shad Khan realized that and fired the guy.
You're the problem. You're the problem.
Right.
Oh, okay.
You're the one keeping me from getting the coach that I want. But here's the interesting thing, right? I don't know if you were going to address this. The Rooney Rule, right?
Yeah, I was going to let you elaborate on that. Go ahead.
Okay. So check this out. The NFL's Rooney Rule mandates that NFL teams engage in a head coaching search, interview at least 2 minority candidates before they can hire someone. But we've seen people do slick stuff to get around it, right? So here's the deal. Robert Saleh, who is a minority, he's a Lebanese American, an Arab American. He was born in this country, but he former coach of the Jets this past season. He got fired. But anyway, he got interviewed. He had an interview. And so then for the second part of Rooney Rule, the Jags were going to interview Patrick Graham, former defensive coordinator of the Raiders, who's a black man. So they were going to interview him. That was going to be the second part of Rooney Rule. However, now we're finding out that it was basically phony, that they weren't really trying to interview Patrick Graham. They were just trying to satisfy the rule. How do we know this? Because Liam Coen had the first interview with the Jags, and he was like, look, obviously the Jags were interested, but he was like, I don't want to work with Bulkey. Right. And that's when, to Transformers' point, they fired Bulkey and they said, hey, come on back. But now here's the thing. There's a couple of things going on here, which is crazy. Tampa Bay says, look, we're going to make you the highest paid OC in the league, offensive coordinator, $4.5 million a year, next 3 years. A lot of dough, right? Also, let's keep in mind, he clearly is a good OC. He helped Baker Mayfield to a career season this year, 4,500 plus passing yards, 41 touchdowns. Anyway, so they say, look, we'll make you the highest paid OC if you stay, but part of that is contingent on you not interviewing with the Jags, because they knew they didn't want to let him out of the building. They were trying to get his signature on his contract. So it's like, you can't go interview with the Jags. Cool. So he pretty much agrees. And then he goes dark 30 on the Bucks for a couple of days. Like, what the hell is going on? Turns out he's up here interviewing with the Jags. But now here's the problem. The Jaguars told him to keep it secret because they wanted him, but they said, don't let anybody know that you interviewed. Why? So that we can still interview Patrick Graham, comply with the Rooney Rule, and then we'll just hire you. So that's foul. So that means they're not actually giving Patrick Graham a fair interview. It's just, basically a sham interview, right, to satisfy the rule. And then they're going to hire the guy they wanted, who they ended up hiring, Liam Coen. And I think he ended up getting a 5-year deal for about $13 million a year, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see.
I don't know the number, but it's a 5-year deal.
Yeah, he got some. Where is it? I just had
Coen deal.
You looking it up?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I believe he got a 5-year deal for $12 or $13 million a year. So Obviously, he got compensated more handsomely than Tampa Bay was willing to do it. But one, he basically snuck away to go and interview with the Jags. $12 million a year. Thank you. But what he didn't do was let Tampa Bay know. Why? Because that would have voided the deal to make him the highest paid OC there. Because remember, contingent on him getting that $4.5 million per year as an offensive coordinator, don't go back and interview again with Jacksonville. So he's like, man, look, I'm going to keep this deal on the table, but I'm going to sneak up there, interview with the Jags again. And then also the Jags are saying, don't tell anybody.
Turn that phone off.
Right?
Turn that phone off.
The Jags are telling everybody, hey, telling him, don't tell anybody because we still need to interview Patrick Graham to satisfy the Rooney Rule. That was foul.
Yeah.
That was foul. So at the end of the day, they end up hiring this guy. And, did you hear the stuff about when they were trying to get a hold of him and they couldn't get a hold of him? Allegedly, it was said that he had a sick kid and that's why he was kind of out of the loop. Like, you got to be kidding me. So now you
turn that phone off.
Turned that
Didn't
phone
answer
off.
the phone. That from what I hear from Jacksonville insiders here, they wouldn't let that man leave the building.
Right.
They told that man, don't even look at your phone.
Don't do it.
Like, we got this deal right here. We got this money right here. Don't answer the phone.
Don't do it.
Because we want you here. We're gonna make you a head coach, pay you $12 million
a year
for 5 years.
Right. Yeah. And listen, that's fine that they wanted the guy that they wanted. But that's foul that they went through all these little machinations and whatnot.
Yeah, that's not.
That was dirty.
That's not cool.
Yeah, you cheated the Rooney Rule. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, you basically had him in a position where he was holding the Bucs hostage. Like, that's not cool at all. And the Bucs tried to do right by him. I don't like that at all, man. That's not a good look. But we see what we see. Yeah. Paul Gaines was good. Click the like and subscribe. Haven't seen you in here before. What's the no? What are you talking about, Paul? Let me hear that. What's the no? But yeah,
maybe I don't know. But
I don't know. It says no. I don't know.
New Orleans still don't got a head coach.
No, they do not.
No.
Laker Nation, it is business, bro. But it's foul. Number one, that you basically cheated in terms of the Rooney Rule when you didn't want to hire this guy, and so you basically conducted a sham interview, and now it's out there. We all know. I hope the NFL finds them heavily. I really do, because that was dirty. But we understand that it's a bit Laker Nation. I get it. Business has never been moral, and that's not what I'm saying. But it's still foul. It's still foul. So I hope the NFL comes down with the hammer on these guys, finds them heavily. But Liam Coen is the new head coach, regardless of any of that, of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and we are going to see if he can finally get Trevor Lawrence, who I am on wax as saying. I believe he's overrated. I've been saying it since he came out of college. But I'm on wax saying that, and we'll see if he can finally get the max potential out of Trevor Lawrence. Who knows?
I would hope so. Yeah. What he did for Baker, I mean, and that was with injuries. They lost Chris Godwin, lost Mike Evans for a little bit of the season. So, and he still made it to where Baker was competitive, made it to the playoffs. And all of that. So I think Liam can come in, and I'm curious on who the new GM is going to be, because now you're going to hey, Liam Cohen's probably have to sign off on it. Hey, he's bringing in the talent. Cool. We finna mimic everything that I did because he comes from the Shanahan tree.
McVay.
Yeah. No, Shanahan.
Well, McVay, which is part of the Shanahan tree.
Yes. So Shanahan, McVay, that whole family. So, he comes from that tree. So, as we've seen, them boys can produce good coaches.
Yeah.
Their coaches offensively take a step forward for every franchise that they go to. So, I'm definitely curious to see, what Liam Coen does for Jacksonville. So I can go ahead and get my season tickets early. That way I don't have to worry about the rush later.
Nah.
Because I like going to the games. Not that I'm a Jaguar fan. Yeah.
What's going on, man? Have you been here before? I don't know if you've been here before, but if you haven't, man, click that like and subscribe. And if you enjoy the content, man, make sure you share it out with other people and go back and watch the full replay of this, man. It's a pretty cool episode today. Laker Nation says they undercut the competition. Salute to the Jags. You can feel that way, bro, but what they did with the Rooney Rule, giving that brother a sham interview, not cool at all. Giving that dude a sham interview knowing you had no interest in hiring him. That's not how you should be moving, man. I get it. Business is not moral, but that's terrible. That's flat out disingenuous, man. Nah, we don't do that. That's terrible. Let's see. I don't know if we're gonna make it another half hour, Steve. We'll see what we got. We might take some calls. Well, we will take some calls. All right, so we're done with Jacksonville now. So we got Pete Carroll in Vegas. Mm-hmm. Now we have Liam Coen in Jacksonville. Yep. So we want to go on down to Big D. Pause. That was terrible. Let's go and discuss the new coach of the Dallas Cowboys.
Just go ahead, man.
Right. Brian Schottenheimer. And he was their OC. Oh, he was their OC for the last few years. Dak Prescott had second team All-Pro under him last year as his OC. Here's the problem with this. This is why this is not a good hire. To me, it's not a good hire. For one, Jerry Jones don't really want to win. He really doesn't. That's all there is to it.
One yes man.
Right. Thank you. He always talks about how much he wants to win. What he really wants is a puppet. He wants somebody he can pull the strings on, somebody he can dictate who their staff is, because we heard part of this is that he wants Jason Witten on any staff of on the staff of any coach that he hires. So he wants Jason Witten on the staff. He was saying he wanted Coach Prime. He don't want Coach Prime because he doesn't want anybody that's going to take attention from him. We know that that's what he's all about, is the attention. And he doesn't want any coach that's going to take attention from him. And so, he wants Jason Witten on the staff. He wants a guy he can control. So here's the other thing, right? When we see offensive coordinators get promoted to head coaches, what do they always talk about? Did they call plays? Did they call plays? At least that's what they say when the OC is black, right? That's a big one, right? Mm-hmm. Look, I'm not the guy who plays the race piece, but if we're honest, the standards are different for us and for others, right? That's just what it is. We see it all the time.
Byron Leftwich. Yeah, go ahead.
Right. So anyway, so what is it? He didn't call the plays. Mike McCarthy called the plays. We know that. So how is he getting the job? How's he getting the job as a head coach? Why? Because Jerry Jones could, again, pull his strings like a puppet master. Thank you. Should we call him Geppetto Jones?
Geppetto Jones.
Geppetto Jones.
This is absolutely what that is. The moment I saw that hire, I texted you immediately. I said, got his yes man. He got his yes man. He wanted a yes man.
That's right.
I was so tired of this Deion Sanders conversation. Nobody in their right mind knew that was going to happen.
No. We talked about that. No.
Deion ain't no yes man.
Nope.
He's the man.
Jerry's going to run it. Deion is going to run it how he wants to run it, and he's going to deal with the results. Either you win or you lose. But Jerry don't want that. Jerry wants all the credit. He wants all the attention. Think about this, right? Now remember, I'm a dude that I've covered the NFL before, right? And I will tell you, after these games, bro, unless somebody does something insane, most of these people, guess where they are? Guess where the reporters are? They're looking for Jerry. They're not looking for the coach. They're not looking for the players. They're looking for Jerry because they know he's going to say something crazy.
I'm about to get some clicks.
Yes, Jerry has his own scrum with the reporters all around him. Now, do you go into the locker room, try to get some stuff? Yeah. Do you go into the post game, try to get some stuff? Yeah. But really, you're waiting for Jerry to say something. And that's how he wants it. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
Everything got to revolve around him, and it's just going to be more losing. According to Facebook, to Dallas Cowboys social media platform, they lost quite a few fans when they saw this hire, including my little brother, man. Shout out John. He turned in his ticket. He turned his like, hey, look, I can't be a fan. They're tired of losing. Jerry don't care about winning.
No, he cares about the show.
He cares about the dollars.
The show. Unfortunately, and I don't want to. Your girl Jeannie Buss is heading that way too.
She is.
She's not as bad. She's not as bad, but she's heading that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to football. I wasn't trying to take a shot at the Lakers. I was just making a comparison across sports. But yeah, man, Jerry is like, I don't even understand what he thinks this is going to be. And I'm not saying Brian Schottenheimer might not be a good coach. I'm not saying that.
What has he proven to get the job? What has he done to get the job?
Well, I think 3 years in Seattle, he had top 10 offenses, but he's also had some bad offenses in other places. So it's like,
offensively, what were they last year?
I don't. Well, they were bad. Dak was hurt most of the year, and they didn't have
before he got hurt.
Not good.
Not good.
Not good. I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you.
I've never seen a coach get a head coaching job after an awful season. Never seen it.
That's a great point. I didn't even think about it that way.
That season was awful.
Right.
By far the worst season in the last 10 years.
Should have got rid of that whole staff. You're right.
You fired Mike McCarthy. Okay. Well, you know, I'm not going to say fire. His contract expired. So you let him walk. You let Mike McCarthy walk.
Right.
And you hired an OC who did what with what? What was there to shine about? What did you see offensively last year to where you were like, that's something? I didn't see nothing.
You know what?
Didn't have a run game.
Maybe one thing. No, the running back they found, the new guy, he got 1,000 yards. I cannot remember his name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah. And he came out nowhere. Nobody expected that.
I don't remember his dang name.
Dallas Cowboys roster.
Because I picked him up in my fantasy league to win the championship. So, by the way, man, shout out to those who won their fantasy football leagues, man. I won. You know what I mean?
Oh, you one of those guys?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Just another ring. You know what I'm saying? Another ring. You know what I mean?
Rico Dowdle. That's his name.
Rico Dowdle. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, he got 1,000 yards. So maybe if he's the guy the whole time or the whole off season and, you know, they rebuild the O-line a little bit, maybe he could be good. I don't know. Jerry likes to have homegrown guys so he can say that he found those guys. You know what I mean? So, whatever.
Sure.
But
Geppetto Jones.
Geppetto Jones.
I said this to I was at the gym the other day, and one of my old heads, he's my partners, he's a older guy. He's a Dallas Cowboy fan.
Okay.
I looked at him, I said, bro, y'all ain't gonna win until Jerry Jones out of there. My man replied and said, we ain't gonna win until Jerry Jones is in the ground. Until Jerry Jones is gone.
And you never want to wish that. But
you don't wish it, but he's lived a long, great life. So it's not like he's wishing death too soon. Or he's not wishing death, but he's like saying, like, until Jerry Jones is no longer able to utter a word or a sentence or write or talk, do anything, we're not gonna win anything.
No,
he's like, so I'm just gonna be a fan. I'm just gonna wait for the other side. Because until he's out of there, because even if he steps down as owner, you know he's gonna have his hands in it. You can't get the cameras out of his face. If he gives to his son, guess what? Cameras are still gonna come to Jerry's face. He's still gonna be there.
Yeah.
Right? Jerry is Jerry.
Yeah.
It's Jerry's world for a reason.
Right. That's a great point. The only thing he could do is literally say, listen, he could cancel his radio hits. He could say, I'm not doing any interviews unless we make it to the NFC title game. For the whole year, I'm just gonna sit back.
Just shut up.
Let my coaches coach. I'm gonna let my players play. Don't look for me. But he can't. He's got to have it. It's like a drug for him. He's got to have that attention.
Because the thing about it is when you hear the conversation, what they're asking Jerry, it's like they're talking to the coach. Like, what do you think that the team should be going? And Jerry responds like, well, my team, we should definitely look into, getting the receivers a little bit more. And then CD, we got to get CD the ball a little bit more. Like that. No, that's Mike McCarthy. Mike, you say that. Because Mike McCarthy comes around, he says something completely different. So obviously the coach and the owner on two separate pages. Jerry, why are you talking? You're not
because
the coach.
He believes he's a football guy. And again, he loves the attention. He loves it. Think about it. There's a couple of things that he could do to make this better, right? What could he do? Hire a real GM and let the GM run the team. He could do that, but he's not going to do that. He could stay out of the way. He can stay out of the cameras.
The best talent. Yeah. Nobody picks him like Jerry is what he said.
That's right. Right.
Who does it better than me?
That's what he said.
Is what he said.
If there was a guy that could do this better than me, I don't believe anybody can do this job better than I can.
27 years. A lot of people have done it better than you, Jerry.
Correct.
27.
But that just goes to show he's lying when he says he cares about winning, because he doesn't. Or he would make the moves that would allow that winning to happen and have success. But he, doesn't care. So why should we, right?
No.
only reason we do is because the Cowboys are a big story. That's why. Other than that, nah, not really.
Like
all right,
America's team, boy. America's team. That's funny.
So be it. What was the last coach we wanted to address before we get out of here?
We knew what was happening, but Mike Vrabel to the Patriots.
Yeah. That was another tough situation because there's another situation where a brother got screwed, and that was Gerard Mayo because you literally had it in his contract. He was the coach in waiting. He's been waiting for 5 years. He's been with your organization since he played with you. So he's been there. He's done his due diligence. He's done his time. Again, a situation where he's a lame duck coach without a lot to work with.
1 year.
There you go.
1 year.
Lame duck coach without a lot to work with. He gets in there, doesn't have a great season, but there are a few bright spots, right? The defense was decent. You have Drake May, who looks like he could be something if you support the guy, right?
Yep.
And they get him up out of there. So in his announcement, Robert Kraft says, he doesn't believe Jerod Mayo was ready. So he's been waiting for 5 years. You give him the job, and then he's not ready. So when was he going to be ready?
No.
When was he going to be ready? I don't
know.
No. Okay, I thought it was just me.
Yeah. Yeah. Some things will need to be said. You just got to understand them.
Right. But at the end of the day, they wanted Vrabel, right? Vrabel's wanted their own. They wanted him as the head coach, and they were going to do what it took to get him, right? And they did that.
Did Mayo stay on the staff?
Say again?
Did Mayo stay?
I can't imagine he did. Knowing he got jerked, why would he? Try to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
But you know who they brought back? Josh McDaniels as the OC. Which I'm not terribly upset with that, because he's proven
he was a great OC with them.
Yes, with this organization, absolutely. He knows this organization. He's had success there. I think it's going to be very good for Drake May, providing they get the guy some damn weapons, right?
Definitely got to draft a receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely got to get some receivers over there. I couldn't name you one receiver that they had. They're like I barely named the running back, and that's because he's a Bama boy.
No, the only one I remember is Ramondre Stevenson.
Yeah, Bama.
He's Bama?
Yeah, it's a Bama boy.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah. He played with Mac Jones. I think he was there when Mac Jones. Yeah.
Oh, I don't think so.
Ramondre Stevenson? Yeah. I was he was part of
I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Let's see. But yeah, the point is, regardless of any of that, Jerod Mayo simply did not get a fair shot, man. They did the guy dirty. And Oklahoma. He went to Oklahoma.
Did it?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell am I thinking about? Was Mac Jones? Who's his running back?
Tell you in a minute. Patriots roster. Yeah, but the point is, while we do that, is that Jerod Mayo is another one who just didn't get a fair shot, man. And it's tough because I see both sides of it, right? If I'm an owner, I'll be damned if you're going to tell me who I can hire and who I can't fire, right? This is my team. I'm paying for it. And not just with football, with anything, right? You're going to tell me how I can run my thing, and within reason, of course. But I don't know. I think it's I don't know. It's just bad, man. And we see this all over the NFL. But
Najee Harris, Jesus, Brian Robinson.
Okay. Najee Harris, but he's in Washington.
There you go.
No, he's in Pittsburgh. Sorry.
Yeah, Najee is in Pittsburgh.
Okay, but yeah, so it's tough. But Vrabel is the guy they wanted, and let's see if he can turn it around. Here's the problem, though: we'll never again see what we saw with Belichick and Brady. That was, and I know that what's my guy's name? Mr. Kraft, he's used to winning at an extremely high level. That's not going to happen, though. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to get back to that. Now, I guess if you get some home playoff games and make some money off of that and you're in contention, all right, cool. But if you're talking about returning to winning at this high level, that is not going to happen. I said he's a Steeler. I said it. I ain't disrespect. I said he's a Steeler. But damn. But yeah, if you ever hope or believe that you're going to get back to playing at that level, it's just not going to happen. It's just not. You have anything else to add before we open up these phone lines and then get up out of here?
I don't.
We went a little longer than expected. What happened?
Oh man, laughing at y'all, man. Y'all are funny.
Hey, I don't know, man. I don't know.
All
right, Charles.
You know Pittsburgh. You know who your goddamn.
Yeah.
What you doing?
Let's go ahead and open up these phone lines, y'all. You know the number, 904-219-8264. Go ahead, give us your last calls with your last thoughts of the day for this episode. And then after that, we'll get out of here and everybody can go enjoy some conference championship games, and as we get closer and closer to the finale of the 2024 NFL season.
It's been a long time coming.
All right, let's get this. Laker Nation, what's going on, bro?
Hey, what's up? I'm going to keep this in the short and street.
Yes,
sweet and straight to the point. Can we stop doing this, Bruce?
What's that, man?
Man, we know why the Rooney Rule came into effect because we were complaining that we were not black people weren't getting a fair shot in the league while getting coaching jobs, and now that they're made an avenue for them, let's not complain because they interviewed a couple of our people and they didn't get the job or they weren't going to get the job, but they're following the rules of the league.
No, but that's not it, Laker Nation. This is not the first time we're seeing people do slick stuff to try and circumvent the Rooney Rule.
But we got to stop doing this, man. We got to stop doing it.
Laker Nation, I hear you, but we know that there are situations. I hear you, but trust me, I hear you, but we know for a fact that there's sham interviews that go on in most of these franchises just to satisfy the rule, but not because they already have the people in mind that they want to hire. Go ahead.
Bruce, there's sham interviews going everywhere. Remember when affirmative action was a big deal?
Yeah, that doesn't make it right.
We were getting sham interviews since then until they abolished it.
Mm-hmm.
But it don't make it right, but they're following the rules of their business. Like, yeah, we can feel how we feel, but they're following the rules.
Okay, but in this case, like we were talking about earlier with Jacksonville, they weren't. Right? Because they already knew, we're going to hire Liam Coen. So if they were following the rules, why do they have to tell him, keep it quiet, don't tell anybody you're coming for this second interview? That means you're doing something shady.
I take it as it's a sport. They stigmatized to their competition. They knew the guys they wanted. They wanted to snatch him up before he went back to Tampa because they, like you said, they gave him a lucrative deal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they pretty much did the same thing the colleges do when they're trying to get a top recruit and not let them go to their rival.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's the same thing.
Nah, man, I think we're going to agree to disagree on this one.
Man, because you putting life and how our emotional attachment to our people.
No, trust me. I'm not that guy, Laker Nation. Trust me.
Of competition.
Trust me.
Do this to each other every year, all the time. They trying to. Everybody wants to beat everybody, and they want to make it to the top.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want their state rival, even though they're cross conference. To stay on top. They were like, okay, he did a good guy. We got Trevor Lawrence. He did that for Baker. He can probably do this for Trevor Lawrence and take us to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do what we need to do to get him. They wanted him, and they did what they had to do. Yeah, it was undercut, but sometimes in life you got to make undercut decisions to get what you want. It's not morality. Like I'm not disagreeing that you have a valid point.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not disagreeing, but I'm just trying to make it try to make you understand it on a different level, on a competition level.
No, I get that part.
Sports is hard. In sports, it's hard to build a dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
It's extremely difficult,
mm-hmm.
and because you only got limited position, and you have a lot of competition,
mm-hmm.
especially for the top guys.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't like. I'm also agree with you. I'm questioning the Cowboys. What the hell they're doing?
Mm-hmm.
I think they're
Everyone
just
is.
I just think I don't know what they're doing. I can't even. That's why I sent you that video yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Like that
yeah,
dude is funny. You should follow his page.
Yeah,
he does parodies on all the NFC West all the time. That's just funny. That's why I sent that to you because I was like, I don't know what the Cowboys is doing either.
Right.
I don't know. Like it'd be different if they had a direction. I don't see a direction.
Oh, they have a direction.
Keep Jerry happy. Make sure Jerry's still the conversation, the topic of conversation.
That's it. That's the direction. Keep Geppetto Jones happy. Mm-hmm.
Man, I don't know because that star used to mean something.
Used to.
Correct.
It used to mean something.
Used to. That's right.
It used to mean. People used to be proud to put on that uniform. Now it's like I want out of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I know this is not a head coaching hire, but I think you didn't bring up let's bring up the positive too. You brought up the negative of what's happening to people. Let's bring up the positive. You know, Robert Saleh got a shitty deal with the Jets. But you see what Kyle Shanahan did. He was like, "Man, I feel you, dog. Come back home. Just build your brand back up.
Yeah,
you'll get a better head coaching opportunity after this one is done."
Hopefully, so.
I feel like that's a smart move for Robert for both sides. But I think it's more for him to rebuild his brand back up because it took a hit down there in New York.
Yeah, agreed.
With what he had to deal with, so.
And the thing that the hit showed immediately too. It showed because when he was there, they were a top 5 defense. When he left, defense was crap. So obviously, I mean, you can see that Robert Saleh is a great DC. He's a great defensive mind. We had the pleasure of having him a little bit in Green Bay. He showed our offense ways that they can penetrate a defense and get past a lot of angles that we were looking at, and he did a great job for us. But defensively, the man is a great mind. Jets are just horrible. That was horrible. And then they ended up getting a quarterback that he couldn't get along. Like obviously he couldn't get along with. He got a diva. I think if he was to get anybody else in that situation, Robert Saleh would still be there.
Yeah, but I just think like the Jets is another organization. I don't know what direction they're going either.
No. They don't know either. They got to figure out Aaron Rodgers first.
Yep. And another thing with this Pete Carroll, that hire shocked the hell out of me because I thought he was going to retire.
Yeah, 73 years old.
Like I'm like, the Raiders ain't going nowhere either. I mean, yeah, they did. They were competitive this year. It's just at the end, I think they're getting to the process of climbing back up. Because that's the sign of, when teams are getting out of that basement, they get competitive, they fight in all their games, but they just can't pull them out. Pause.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They just, I think they're turning in the right direction, but I just don't think they hired the right person. Like he's not the same as he was back in the day. He's old. He's 73 now.
You try to think like he'll relate to younger players too, like this next and up and coming generation.
But I see a pattern with coaches with tenured coaches when they get up in age, like their decision making is not as solid as it used to be. And they're just there because of their name and track record.
I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if that's the case because in my estimation, right, as an older coach, you have more experience in every situation on which you can lean. You know what I mean? You're like, okay, I've seen this before. I know that if I do this in that situation, then that happens. You know what I'm saying? And I think that allows you, just having that wealth of knowledge allows you to make better decisions in crunch time. That's my perspective on that.
Yeah, I agree with you. If he was like 10 years younger, but he's in his 70s now.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you the one thing he does know, if it's 2nd and 1, run the ball.
Oh, facts. He knows that.
Yeah, he do know that.
Run the ball.
He knows that. Yeah.
Well, he made that blunder once. He needs to understand, like, on the goal line, if you got a beast in the backfield, just give him the damn ball.
Give him the ball. Give Skittles the ball, okay?
You got Marshawn Lynch on the one.
Bro, I would have had a whole bag of Skittles on the sideline, like, eat up, young fella. Come on. I need you. Come on. I need you to go get that yard, baby.
There we go. You got anything else, Laker Nation?
What I was gonna, talk about that Melo Scottie thing earlier, but you had like 15 callers, so I was like, no, I'm not gonna do. I ain't gonna call in on that.
Okay.
But I stand with Melo on that one though. It's like, pardon my language, like, what are you doing?
Yeah, no,
like, I think Scottie just needs to sit down and figure out what direction he wants to go in life and see a therapist or something instead of using the media as his way to get out his frustration, because it's not making him look good.
Nope, not at all.
I think there's a lot of pain, and I see a man with a lot of pain.
Why does he have a lot of pain though? Real talk. He's a top 50 player all time. He's a top 75, top 50 player all time. He made plenty of money. He may have lost some in the divorce, whatever, but he still made plenty of money. People regard him highly as a basketball player. Like, what pain? I don't understand this.
Jordan broke him. His wife broke him even further.
Everything, Bruce. Because a person.
Trust me, I know.
A lot of money. Man, if you don't, I think psychology in college. At my alma mater, USC, go Trojans. I'm gonna get that plug in there.
Okay.
But I see a man that's emotionally scarred and broken. Started with The Last Dance. You know, we all know The Last Dance was about Jordan.
Right.
He couldn't take it. He thought he should have got more. He should have got more love during The Last Dance than Jordan did. I think that was the case. How he handled it, instead of handling one-on-one with Jordan, he goes on the media and tries to twist the narrative and say like Jordan wasn't. We all know Jordan isn't the most polite person to
right.
You ain't gonna invite him to the family cookout,
right?
Because you might end up having to punch him in the face, or unless you want to just play some cards or something. But we all know he's not. But you know that I don't need to digress on that. We all know the angle that went, and then go to Australia and make that tour, and then bring a couple of your teammates with you, take shots at them, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, we know what we're doing. You know, and Jordan's never said anything bad about him, ever. I have never heard, and I've been doing my research. I've been trying to find at least one clip where he said something bad about Scottie, and I cannot find it.
He never did. But for some people, that's just not enough. So, it is what it is.
But now, as Transformer said earlier, now it's okay. I'm acknowledging what we did together, but we ain't never talking. We ain't never gonna talk anymore. I got my 6 chips. You know, I feel like I think you should have worded it like I feel like I'm one of the greatest of all time instead of saying I'm the GOAT. That's how I feel like he should have done it, because I think that's the first time in a while that he actually spoke truthful about how he really feels.
And that's fine, but again, he whatever, man.
I really feel like when he did that interview, I can't think of his name, but I think some points in there, like I took psychology, so I kind of know how to digest things. But I feel like when he made that comments like that, I feel like he finally told the truth about how he really feels. Like, you gotta look at the emotional tones in his body language and all that when he's being truthful.
Yeah.
And then when he's just saying stuff for clicks to sell his book. But when he said that he feel like he's better than Braun because he didn't chase his rings, that's how he really feels.
No, well, listen, I agree with that part. I agree with that part. But whatever, man. Michael Alvaron was good.
That's how he feels. But I think he needs therapy, and he's taking it out the wrong way. He's getting the therapy out on the media, and he needs to just sit behind closed doors with somebody and just get all that out and get his mental health right, and just go on about his life, man.
Yeah.
Because he looks ridiculous. He's a 50, 60-year-old man and acting like a mad 21-year-old who got kicked out of college for something he felt like he didn't do.
Mm-hmm. That sounds about right.
Look at.
That is pretty accurate.
But that's all I got to say about that one. Great show. I got to say it was going to be quick, but I got a little bit long-winded. But,
all good.
But you got your pass, Bruce, but now all the gloves are off going forward.
All right, brother.
You keep taking subtle shots at my team, so now the gloves are off. You're my boy and all, but the gloves are off now, bro.
No doubt.
I can't keep using that video I keep using the video as a saving grace, but I can't keep letting you take subtle shots at me.
Nah, man, not at all. Not at all.
From here and there after that, man. That's off, bro.
It's all good, man.
Defend myself now.
It's all good. We love it, man. It's the beauty of competition and sports talk, man. It's all good.
Man, all
right, brother. Thank you for the call, man. Appreciate it.
All right, bro.
Hey, I'm gonna say go Commanders and Chiefs today.
Oh no, I think I got the Bills and the Eagles. That's funny. All right, well, we'll see.
Yeah. Well, we know. We always on the opposite side, man. Because you a Celtic, I'm a Laker. We supposed to clash.
Yeah, it does work out that way.
Hey, that's the way it's supposed to be.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Always.
We'll have something to talk about during the day, man. When Jaden Daniels hits that game-winning touchdown, it's gonna be Bruce's Nightmare Week Part 2.
Not as bad, but if he gets them both wrong, then yeah, it's gonna be bad.
That would suck.
And we already know what's gonna happen in Steve's game. We want the Bills to win, but come on, Bruce, we already know what's gonna happen.
I don't know. I just think it's time, man. I do. But we'll find out.
We'll find out in 2 hours.
He gonna do his run out of bounds, and somebody gonna clean his clock. It's gonna be a 15-yard penalty. It's gonna change the game. We know.
Well, we gotta wait and see, man. That's why they play the games, right?
Yeah, but we know.
All right, well, there you go. All right,
I'm gonna be the first one to call you like we do on the show and be like, "Hey, Bruce, I told you."
All right, well,
actually, you'll be the second. Go ahead.
Man, shut up, man.
You be the second.
All right, Laker Nation, I appreciate the call, man. Thank you, brother.
Sorry, Steve, they're kicking me off the phone now, Steve. I can't hold it up too much longer.
We got to get ready to watch these games, man.
Yeah, man.
The boss said time to go, Steve. So I'm sorry, man. I tried. I love you guys, man. Keep up, man. Great shows. I want to see it continue to grow.
No doubt, man.
Appreciate you.
Let's have a good Sunday.
Yeah, no doubt, man. You too. We'll talk.
All right, one.
All right, man. Great call, Laker Nation, as always, man.
Lakers.
Laker Nation.
Don't be hating. We right here, baby. 21-point blowout victory against the Boston Celtics. Can't say nothing for 2 months. Well, a month and a half. I'll give you a month and a half. You got about a month and a half. Can't say nothing. I can hear it from everybody else, but I ain't hearing it from no Celtic fan. Just like Army can't say shit to me for like a year because we don't play y'all. It's been a whole. My bad. Anybody else want to call in? You know what? Hey guys, we appreciate you guys for tuning in the show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, tune in to more content. Be mindful that this is a show for Bruce. Give him a shout out, give him a shoulder. Just type shoulder right there in the comments. If you want to become a member, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It supports us, helps us build and grow and show you guys more and more content. What else? Am I missing something? I'm trying to hurry up and end this. That way,
I think you got it all, man. I think you got it all, man. We appreciate you all, man. Thank you so much. We really do.
Yes, we did the pick 'em, Eddie. We did the pick 'em. He has Bills and Eagles. I have Chiefs and Eagles. I believe. Yeah. Because I said the rookie Flair is going to run out. This may be where it runs out. Maybe where it runs its course. But it all depends on how Jalen. I'm reading update. Jalen Hurts is. I think their center is out too. Their center may not play, so that's going to be huge. If you down your center and you hurt, that might be a problem.
Yeah.
That might be a problem. But I'm expecting some good games, man. Y'all go enjoy some football. Again, hit that like button before you guys leave, before you guys exit this video, man. We love you guys. We appreciate the support. And that's about it. Bruce, you got anything?
No, man. No, you did great. And we're going to leave it right here. And we out.
Peace.